I'm Kevin. This is 3020 Gaming. This is Thursday. These are my friends. Wherever my friends are, I'm surrounded by my friends. So it must be time to play Ironsworn in the co-op mode. Oh, Sean, incredible game. I keep them real short this week because I want to get into this. Sean Tompkin, incredible game. Uh, Incredible character sheet from Ethan and in Roll20. And with that, no, I'm done. I'm done. Oh, sorry. I got one more thing I got to do because these people are here to help me tell this story. We got to do this part at least. Right next to me, over here, over somewhere, we have Robin, who's playing Caradwin for us tonight. The normally very staid, controlled, self-centered, or not self-centered, wrong word, but very focused person who has apparently, at the end of the last episode, decided to wander off by herself into the darkness.
Pulled in Amala.
Speaking of Amala,
all three of you have slipped into the darkness at some point.
Well, yeah, but
so
the point I was trying to make is it's expected of the three of us. We're fools.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the brains of the operation. But speaking to the heart of the operation, I'll just segue anywhere. Give me a chance. We have Amala, played for us by Karis. Probably the most...
I thought that would be Gear, but okay.
No, definitely you. Absolutely. The least confident shaman I've ever met, and absolutely charming.
What? No, mighty shaman.
We're working on it. We'll get there. And speaking of mighty, you guys are just handing me the segues tonight. I could open a dealership with small mobile people transporters.
Had something I was going to say, but it's going to set you up for your next segue. So
but we have got Austin playing Gear for us tonight.
Who's the closest he's gone to stumbling headfirst in the darkness is falling through that hole into Grey Barrow. Speaking of darkness,
yes.
Kevin playing Bill.
That's probably I am Kevin in the darkness playing Bill in the even darkness.
And you still forget that.
I do. It's weird that I'm the host. The host isn't supposed to get introduced. That's just weird. But I guess I'm also a player too, so it's
that
co-op
must be
mode,
a
right?
DM habit, I think. Not introducing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, I don't know if you saw Fun Shot Fridays last week, but Karis, the voice in my head at the end of the show was your voice, and it said, "Tell him about yourself." And so I did.
Yeah. Actually, I think I saw you hearing that in your head.
Because he stopped and went,
"Oh yeah, there's something I'm supposed to."
I could feel myself starting to say it, and he responded as though I did.
It's like he's trying to communicate.
And if you don't, she always just puts in the Nightbot command.
Yes, exactly.
So
if anybody that's in chat sees it, then. Oh, so there, just like that. And there it was. So let's get to the bit. Let's get to the first bit where we do what happened last week from each character's perspective. Who's going first? Is that me?
I can do it.
Okay,
go ahead.
Gear.
Go, Gear.
And the man came back. I've never seen Bill act so ferocious. Positively. He had the man by the nape of his neck, pinning him to the earth. Was Caradwin on his back. And what did the weasel do? He vanished. Disappeared back into the earth. Likely off to taint something else. And there we were, surrounded by figures. I was confused, frustrated, irritable. I needed to go kill something. I couldn't find anything, though, unfortunately. Hunting, I don't know what it was. We didn't find anything, but it was still strange. It was like me and the wolf were united together. but there was nothing there. All I could bring back was a piece of wood for Caradwin to carve into her next bow. Anyways, fast forward a few days, a day or so.
Not even.
It wasn't even a day. Oh yeah, because that was the
Mm-mm.
one.
No, because we left well
It was
after
like
dawn and
a
got
few
there late
hours.
morning. It's like
Yeah.
maybe an hour or two. A few days, hour or two, whatever.
As we crested over the hill to see this Autumn Falls, the place Caradwin was supposed to find her brother, it was like uh, it was inexplicable how beautiful it was. It was a place of balance, but there was something else I couldn't quite put my finger on. And sitting there in this area where the light and the water reflect each other, the gold and the purples dancing around, something happened with the wolf. She became linked to me. I don't understand, but I think it's important. And just as I was starting to feel comfortable, night fell, and this place is something totally different in the night.
So, is anybody? I can go next. We want?
I can go.
Okay.
I saw how the Varu set their circle. Breath for chanting, fire of torches, tears in their hearts over hurts done to them. The rhythmic beat grounding them. Together they resonated as one. Their circle was strong, tightly woven, but limited to the perimeter. They needed a focus, a catalyst. I saw that. I recognized what I was seeing. I acted. Moving to tincture and invited them in, channeling their intent into compulsion. We banished tincture and his contagion so that Grey Barrow can begin to heal. This was the second time I've seen community ritual. The first was Holmes warding communion. This was a community invocation. I saw and recognized how the elements wove together, how worlds can permeate each other. And now at Autumn Falls, it's a peaceful sanctuary that isn't. I mean, the worlds mix here as the light and water do. The paths in my mind twist and warp. I can follow my own breath deep within, feeding the flickering flames of my spirit, washing my soul clean with my own tears, and sinking into the beating of my heart. I see the path burning brightly. I can follow it exactly, just carefully, each step through the shifting terrain, testing each link and how it all fits together, sifting through what I can see on that sort of isolating each element of spirit and shadow and earth and forest. What would tampering look like in this? what would tampering look like? What would blood and bone and ash do in this? And just follow the links as I see them and sort through. Following to it's missing fire. Bone and blood and ash and fire. And Amala settles off deep under her trance.
Wow. So, this is right after Bill, when he was sitting in the mist of the waterfall, and then he went and washed the bowl, potentially removing any evidence from it that anybody could have trapped, and came back and handed it back and went back and sat on his rock. This is just after that. Even in a place like this, I can still feel you, Mushroom Queen. I hope my bravery don't come from you. Wouldn't that be summit? My head feels like that bowl, don't it? I mean, I washed it out and it looks clean. But it ain't really. Feels like it'll never be clean again. Well, Fate, if she gave me this bravery, it was a fucking mistake. I'm taking her darkness too, and I'll make that mine. I can't imagine no better place to do it than this. Mushroom Queen, I'm coming for you. You're mine. You're in my head? Just wait till I'm in yours. And Bill's taking a iron vow.
Nice. This will be on Caradwin's watch, where we kind of ended last time. Gear just woke her up, and she's kind of sitting there working on her bow until she can't see well. The Varu talked about madness with age, how Tincture, the not shaman of Grey Barrow, went mad, got corrupted by staying somewhere too long. It makes me wonder, does every circle have some form of corruption? Grey Barrow, Holm, even Kinheim. So what about Frostmouth? Seth said Vadden was acting strange. Wonder if he's trying to stay past his time. And then we get here to Autumn Falls, and I don't know what I was expecting, but something so peaceful, so beautiful, in a place where I was supposed to get answers. For Kadal, at first it seemed so different. But as night fell, now I can tell there's something about this place. When the light leaves it, everything is sucked from it. Everything is siphoned from it. It's like a venomous lizard. so beautiful when you look at it, but then sinister and dark within. It matches this sorcerer so well, doesn't it? You can't trust what it says. You can't trust what it is. Because what if there's something darker there? What if it's safe? And at that point is when Caradwin stands up. No pack. Her in the process bow and her knife on the ground. Not even her, furs around her shoulders. And walks off into the darkness.
Interesting.
And with that, I believe we had a. This is really. I want to talk about this for just a second because we're talking about. There was a request to do a scene, and I want to make really clear to anybody that's watching this ever how that worked. It was, can we do this scene? And that was it. The scene itself is going to be completely improv and made up on the spot. But the reason I mention that is because this is a co-op game, and this is a cutscene. So, away you go.
Are you starting, Austin? Yeah, you are.
It's strange. There's this voice coming from this man, and the man has this perfect complexion on his face, and the shadows kind of mar it just a little bit, just so you can see the eyes, nose, and mouth as he speaks. And these gray eyes that speak of having seen millennia are juxtaposed against the perfect skin whose only age is shown in just the crackings on the sides of his eyes, just slightly. And the calm voice comes out and says, Milva, if they move much further, we're going to have to step in. They've gone almost too far.
Theo, I'm thinking when Amala was here, she was not premature. We're late. And where the hell did she learn invocation like that?
I don't know. And even if she is that strong, the place she's going is dangerous. I think you're right. I think we are too late. She steps away, and we have yet to get up from our chairs.
And how did she even do that? I was working a charm in my garden with the flowers, and it's like it flowed to her. How would she even know to do that? We missed something.
I think we've missed quite a few things.
So now what?
That insect, you remember, the one who caused so much trouble that many years ago. We thought he was dead and gone. But he found her. He goes by Tincture now? What an asinine name.
He always had an odd sense of humor.
I don't know.
She's drawing they're all, it's like she's inviting everything to come to her. Is the girl
Every
daft?
every wall that we've built, trying to keep this world organized, she's crashing through them headlong. This one, though, this next one, it is going to be very dangerous. If Callista gets out,
I don't know, maybe we've missed that too.
I don't think we can watch anymore.
What are we to do though? I mean, at this point, are we just meddling, trying to hold on? Maybe we should just cede the field. Our time is past.
Our time is passing. It's not past yet. We still have some time, although slight. And if we intervene, we may be able to steer her. I know it goes against what we normally do, but
What right do we have to steer her? When
maybe
has
not.
meddling ever worked?
Maybe we just counsel her. Allow her to make her own decisions, just with a little more information.
So we go to her rather than her wandering in.
Or we head her off. Allow her to wander into us. If we show up, there's no doubt she'll seek us out. By accident or on purpose.
I'm so tired, Theo. I don't know if I'm up to this.
I know. But I can't watch anymore.
All right.
The crane shot fades into the atmosphere. So, I believe 3 of us are snoozing
It was the middle
unproductively.
of
Yep.
Carradwin's watch.
Yep.
So there's
It must
no
be
reason
said
they'd
we are
wake up.
sleeping unproductively because we
I know.
failed our make.
My fault.
We
My
we
dumb
always
Amala is
always
being very
our fault.
productive in her
Yeah.
It was my
Amala's being
role,
very
my
productive
miss.
in her trance.
Yes.
She's gonna have more artwork on her when she comes out of it.
I'm
Yes.
snoozing.
Yeah. Eyes open.
With a
So-
baby
With an
bird on
owl.
your face.
Yeah.
So who wakes up and when?
Well, because
Because Carradine was on the second watch, so that was
Mm.
Yep.
before midnight that
Yep.
she disappeared.
So who went first?
Amala's
Who
in a
was
trance,
first?
and then Bill was shadow walking, right?
Gear was first watch.
Yeah, and then I
Okay.
was second.
um,
So yeah, that's a long time.
I don't think Gear would be the first to wake up, especially
Well-
if he just went to sleep.
What? Let's
in the morning,
let
though.
this happen here.
1
Can
to
we
3.
do a?
Roll
Yeah,
a
that's all I
D3.
was gonna say. Yeah, exactly. Easy. Alphabetical
D4.
by
No one
first.
wakes up. We're all dead.
Okay.
Uh,
alphabetical-
C.
ABG.
Yeah, alphabetical by first name. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
me.
it's a G. Yep.
So he wakes up in the morning.
And so it probably maybe an hour or so before dawn, as there's a clamping of teeth on his leg, and he like sits bolt upright, and the white mane has his leg and is kind of shaking it, trying to drag him, and he
Mhm.
like kind of picks her up and like hurls her a little bit, and she like does a circle and then almost gallops towards the lake and just paces along the water back and forth. And he like kind of takes
What
in the
happened, Lassie?
surroundings.
Did Timmy fall down the well? Sorry.
What happened, White Mane? Did
Again?
Carradine jump into the realm of demons?
Yeah, who would?
You can,
Who would? It
you can
wouldn't
tell
even
from the
occur
way
to any
she's
of us
pacing.
to ask that question.
Karen
Um,
you would probably like if she had her bow with her, you'd probably think, oh, she's out hunting, but no.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah.
oh
so
yeah, and he looks over and there's
And
like
all
a
her
spot
stuff
in
is
the
there.
earth with like a knife and a half-carved bow.
yeah,
And her pack,
everything.
like everything. Yeah.
Even she does. Like you said, she doesn't even have her like.
Mm-mm.
She's just got her clothes
'Cause
on.
she was sitting next to the fire.
Oh yeah, and the fire's out. Gear just picks up the first solid thing he can find, throws it at Bill, and runs off towards the water.
Yeah.
Just imagine
Yep.
it's a boot.
And he's, get up, get up, get up!
Probably the
As
owl.
he's like running.
An owl.
he threw the owl.
It fails to fly.
And it's still trying to
Talons.
fly as it lands on you, just claws and flaps. Yeah, Gear
I'm moving the
ru-
owlet. I don't care what anybody says. I'm taking the owlet back.
running to where the white mane is kind of patrolling back and forth along the water. And I don't even know what to do.
Bill wakes up, yeah?
Yeah, the thing, whatever it was, the boot hits Bill, and his natural response is always retreat. So it's just like, oh, back away from the fire into the shadows. And then he kind of comes back, his face first into the light. What do you mean? And he's gone. And him and the wolf are down there doing wolfy, geary things that I don't understand. So yeah, I'm.
But you do know you didn't get woken up for a watch.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because I'd be seeing where the stars were and whatnot.
And it's just before dawn.
I'm going to my safety blanket. Miss Amala, wake up, wake up. Something terrible has happened.
Wake up the adult.
Yep. That's
Mala?
it. Yeah.
Well, Carradwin's gone.
Wake up, something terrible's happened. That's what you hear
Well, and so
as he shakes you
Amala
awake
is still sitting
out of your trance. Yes.
by the fire in trance. She's still been working on the henna markings.
Yeah.
And so as you shake her kind of awake, her eyes open, but they're still kind of half glazed over because she's not quite here.
How much is done? I just want to interrupt quickly. How much, and what does it look like?
Okay, so this time, well, actually, if you look, you're not going to take time to look at it yet. Hold
No,
on.
Bill's not, but Kevin really wants to know.
Kevin can
It's
wait.
a secret.
Okay. Okay.
It's not a
You're
secret,
right,
but
though.
nobody
Yeah,
looked
Bill
yet,
would
so
not-
nobody would have observed it. It's like, see?
Bill would probably have shaken you by the shoulders, possibly messing up your penmanship. He's panicked.
Deep breath. Oh, is it my watch? Okay, I'm awake. I'm here.
And it's
No,
dawn,
Gear.
and the sun is coming up over the waterfall in that hue of purple and red and orange and pink. Everything's getting nice again.
Gear and the white man are all panicking over there, and I don't see Miss Carradwin anywhere.
Wait,
And
what?
all her stuff's right
What?
here. All her stuff's
Wait.
right here. She didn't take her stuff.
But maybe she's. No, it's way too late.
You get in here. And he stuffs the owl into his backpack.
Gear, and so I'll get up and I'll kind of Gear. What is it? Where's Carradwin?
And Gear is it's almost like Gear and the white mane are both like nose to the ground, kind of trying to find her. But you can't smell anything here because
track through
it's
water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the water, the mist of the waterfall is in the air, so we couldn't do it anyways. But we're just trying to find her. Actually, let's see if we're able to maybe follow footprints or something.
Yeah, you've
Get
got
under
your
the
abilities,
waterfall
right?
with the churning of water.
Let's
Because
Well,
she
at
went
least to
through
a
it
on
certain
to
the
waterfall,
bank.
didn't she?
on the bank at least.
But you
Yeah.
know that she went into
while
the water.
You're,
You wouldn't know
while
where she
you're
went in
figuring
there.
that out, we kind of dropped Carradwin at walked away from the camp.
Mhm.
So several hours have passed since between that and this.
Complication.
Oh shit.
That well, that's not just the complication. I don't know if you
He
saw
rolled
what
a
you rolled.
natural one, and the
double
challenge dice are natural
complication.
tens.
That is the ultimate. You
Something
just
bad
explode.
happens.
It's been wonderful knowing Gear and the White Mane. There
Rocks
is
fall.
sort of a
Everybody
red mist,
dies.
and they're both gone. Yeah. Wow. Well,
Everyone's
you
dead.
figured that out.
Oh well, new characters. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah, well, you figure out how you do that without dying. Caradwin, what happened?
I know
after
what
you
happens.
left?
So
Okay.
Oh,
What
Nope.
happens after
We're
you
doing
walked
Caradwin.
out of camp? What are we
and
like 4 hours behind?
Caradwin is kind of, there's all these warning signs that usually she is very good at hearing that are just bouncing off as she is pulled towards this light that pulls her into to go through into the water, dive into the water and come out at some point. She doesn't remember swimming upwards back to the surface, but she comes out in this murky area. And again, these are things that she would normally see as a concerning thing, but she's still being beckoned
Yep.
can I
to
give you a couple
follow.
You said
sentences?
it's light,
Yes,
right?
you
You said you're
can.
following light.
A light, yep.
Is
And
it
you've
just
already
up
gone into the water, right?
Yes.
and under and up the other side? I just wanted to know: is that light like just like a ball of light, or is it some? Does it look like a face? Is it amorphous? Does it change? What is?
I was picturing
what are you
it
following?
as a ball, but she was hearing a voice that is familiar, and that's what's kind of pulling her to follow it. It's
Sure.
like there's
Where's the
something
description?
pulling,
Okay.
and I've got it right here. But what was
I
your
wanted
sentence?
I wanted
So-
Robin's descriptions. I want to know
yeah,
what
if
scares
you- if you
Robin.
wanna
keep going.
so,
Yeah, go with your
Um,
ideas.
Yeah.
so yeah, you come up. That's like 5 minutes. We still got hours.
Oh yeah, and time can be an illusion.
Oh yeah.
and an
Speed of plot.
whatever.
We
but
we are familiar with that here.
another realm, whatever, wherever we are.
Mhm.
And she's glad. She's not. If you asked her how much time passed and how long she walked, she wouldn't know.
Okay.
She doesn't remember walking away from camp. Really, it's like it was like a blink of a second. Like she was suddenly following something, and then all of a sudden, it dimmed a little bit, and she found herself in the middle of this. The best way to describe it is a ruin that's like it's almost like a forest ruin. It's kind of like she's in the autumn falls. It like mimics the topography a little, but
Yeah.
everything seems like it's out of place. Everything is darker. It's the more sinister. It's there's the hints of this bone and blood magic, ritualistic nature of the world around. And suddenly Caradwin is like trying to figure it out. Like, is this a dream? Is this something else? Is this some vision? Because she's had some very realistic dreams lately from the person who we think took Kadal. And so she's looking around trying to find any trace of it being the same, of it being part of this dream, but it doesn't. It feels so real. She can smell the mold and the must in the air. She can feel the dampness on her skin. She can, it's almost like she can like feel the moss and the dew particles like between her fingers. And she's very aware that she's like, I'm without all of my gear. Like, I'm without everything, which is very unnatural for her to walk away from camp like that. And she's looking around, and she's turned around so many times looking around, but she doesn't know which way she came from anymore. It's labyrinthine. She was distinctly being led, and she somehow broke out of it for a second, and now she's lost and trying to find her way through this corrupted ritual ruin.
Can she still see the light? Is it still leading her deeper, or has it left her somewhere?
She's not currently seeing it, but thinking it will come back. She's kind of broken out of that trance-like beckoning, and so it's there, it's really far off, and she's not paying attention to it because everything else is so much more concerning.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So this seems like a good spot
Austin,
to cut.
you had some ideas?
Yeah.
I'm gonna plop them right here to make this complication pretty bad, and then I'm gonna let you guys take over. Are you ready?
Go for it.
So the gathering information that fails so spectacularly, Gear doesn't notice. Bill and Amala notice though, because as they're kind of quarreling, trying to figure out what's going on, at one point they go, "Oh, well, Gear," and they look over to him and they see his form just like walking, right? Almost zombie-like, taking slow steps. The very strange thing is he's on top of the water. And he takes another step towards this wraith-like figure. And as he reaches his hand out towards her, she grabs onto it and they both just sink into the water. And the white mane is patrolling back and forth, kind of yapping, but is unable to go into the water.
And then there were two.
But he's going somewhere totally different, I guess. See?
So that's the first half hour of actual gameplay tonight.
Split the party 3 ways. Here we go.
Let's go for 4. 4 simultaneous delves.
It is absolutely possible. Let's see what happens. So yeah, we see that.
How
Okay.
did Bill and Amala respond?
Well,
Oh, Bill, that wraith-like figure looked extraordinarily familiar.
Yeah,
just
well, he would have
swore a vow
assumed that,
against her.
considering what he just. That's why I'm silent over here. Is like he thinks this is his fault. And maybe he's right. So
Danger.
so yeah, I guess
Well-
Amala, you would see Bill just watch that and just go pale.
what is it, Bill?
I think I'm responsible for that bit.
Why?
Well, not just a few hours ago. I swore I'd take that bitch down. Pardon my language, miss. And as soon as it got dark, she come and took my friend. You can follow her, right?
So, come back to the fire. I need your help.
Right.
And Amala's thinking back to what she did when Bill and Gear were the ones missing with the bone walkers. Okay. So I'm going to put Bill on the north side of the fire. I'm going to stand on the south side of the fire. Okay. So I'm going to start by securing an advantage by walking my labyrinth path and focusing in, um, spirit and light and all of that.
Mhm.
Okay, so moves. Secure an advantage with wits. Okay. +1 for the ritual, +2 for light.
Mhm.
Are you adding shadow in?
Absolutely, yeah. Once he sees what you're doing, he will balance any light that you put in. He balances with shadow. It just
Okay.
feeds it to you like before, just like as a raw resource for you to do. You're doing the magic. He's just providing the juice.
Okay. So this, we're securing the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Did you just the same thing?
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1 and got 2 deaths.
It's going to take me the rest of tonight to figure out the odds that could
I
happen.
don't feel as bad anymore. I feel vindicated.
Okay, so
Okay.
this brings up an interesting question. I don't know if we've ever done this before on secure an advantage. What happens on a
That's okay.
miss? Oh, by the way, and here it's
I
again.
need a
Now
pen.
this is Kevin's fault. The gear getting
Where's
taken
pen?
was Bill's fault. This is Kevin's fault because I was just about to remind Austin to take at least 2 on his failure track for a complicated failure. So while I was thinking that, you and Kara should probably both take 2 on your failure track.
All right. Failure.
Yeah, and what happens on a secure an advantage roll?
It
Would you get-
says
It's
you
you just pay
fail
the
or your
price.
assumptions betray you.
is it-
Yes.
Oh Lord, and then it gets worse because it's a double complication.
So, and if the magnitude of the dice is anything to say about the roll, that's a pretty bad complication.
Oh man.
That's why I
Well,
made mine so bad.
you can do the
Okay,
pay the price if you
so
want
pay the
a hint,
price.
but yeah,
Okay, where's pay the price?
left column fate moves.
There it is.
Something of value is lost or destroyed.
Oof. Last time this happened, we lost a boat.
Okay, fail or assumptions betray.
Is Bill something of
Okay.
value?
Or is
Bill
Amala
is
something
immediately
of value?
destroyed.
It just now he's gone too. Then we got our 4-way party split. We all got to do it our own way.
Okay, so I have to take 1 off of light while I'm here. Okay. Feeling a great unease building as shadow, feeling the attention of unwelcome shadows building in this space. Amal's a little. But goes ahead and calls the crows. And we're going to spend the last light here on this. And the question is how to follow. Let's see, you have a tether to the sorceress. I have a tether to Caradwin. We both have bonds with gear.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So this.
Well, so
This
it's
is the
complicated. Well,
augury.
yeah, it's complicated. I mean,
This is
okay.
augury, right?
Yeah.
Is that what this was?
Yes.
Isn't this the one where they tell you something else? That they ignore your question and answer about something else?
Sometimes,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Offer a clue to an unrelated problem or opportunity. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
They do it a lot.
They used to do it a real lot. Okay. So the crows come and they start the circle, but instead of just sort of a focused circle, they flutter as if somewhat distracted. So it's like there's static in it, and it's not a clean circle. And Amala gets more and more nervous, bringing us on, and she's feeling very watched. Very watched. Bill, is the sorceress watching through your bond, or is this something else?
I can't rightly tell, miss, but I know how to find out. If I look at Amala, can I see that she's got any light left? Or is she tapped?
She's dark.
Okay.
She has dimmed out.
Well, if she is watching, she ain't gonna like this. And I stop the flow of shadows to you. Yeah, cut the flow of shadows to you, and just eyes roll back in his head, and he lays back down, and he's just covered in black shadows. They're crawling over him like worms. It's not the usual flames. This is much more organic and low and laying on top of him. And in his head, all right, you in there. Come out wherever you are. You know I'm no threat to you. I just want to talk. Does she make an appearance?
How likely do you think that is?
Flip a coin.
Yeah, I think it 50-50? Okay, we can do that. Let me open this up. That is move.
Well, ask oracles.
Oracles, that's what it is. That's why I'm not going to find it on that page.
And it's the ask the oracle, the 50-50 is the middle one.
Right. So, yes, 51 or greater?
Well, it'll say if you roll it the dice
Oh,
there.
No.
it's
No,
a
she
no.
doesn't.
Okay, she does
It's
not
something
show
else.
up.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
what
do you tell
shows up?
Amala?
So, yeah, what shows up? Something shows up. Tincture. We're still close. So, out of the.
So we're being watched. Okay. So does Tincture make an appearance here then, Mr. Kevin,
Yeah.
who plays Tincture?
Tincture just starts to rise up out of the darkness in front of Bill. And Bill just looks at him and grins. Well, you're not who I expected. But you'll do. Take this to your mother and say hello. And I want to burn a spirit to create a point of light. And I want to throw it at him. In the shadows. I want to light him up in the shadows. Which takes me down to one spirit. And I guess that would be, this would give me a compel, I guess, right? Would be the move. Can I compel him to take the message back to his mistress.
Bill, you can't die in another Delve episode.
Kevin, can
And
I
this
give you a
is-
Except the thing is,
sentence?
we don't know that
This is
the tincture's
pure-
related to her at all.
Well,
Go for it,
here's the
Austin.
thing, because I'm in the shadows, so I get +1 on because of Shadow Walk, and I took the asset that gives me an extra. Well, no, that first +1 doesn't apply to intimidate in shadows. That's not one of the shadow skills, but I do
I
get
rolled a
+1
natural
because
one and
I'm
got
shadow
8.
walking. So I am shadow walking, so I am taking the +1 for that. We'll see.
Kevin, I have a question for you, and a sentence for you.
Yep.
When you gather this light, are you throwing it? Are you tossing it to him?
It's like he goes to throw it, but it ends up just being palm out, and it's just this beam in the darkness, like a flashlight on a moonless night, and it just pins him.
And so, as you kind of hold this light out to him, the half-shadowed figure of Tincture shies away from it, but you illuminate something behind him that quickly
Yeah.
shifts out of the light.
I know what
Huge
it
form,
is.
just
Yeah.
this
And with-
massive form that just moves like lightning out of the beam.
Yeah. And with that roll, Bill just he sees that he saw that. That's too big. That's too much for right now. But this, I'm going to enjoy this. And he starts walking towards Tincture with his hand still out, just bathing him in light from top to bottom. And just the voice, like, just drops. You tell your master, or whatever you call her, that I'm coming. And you tell her when I get there. And he's gone, like, Tincture's just blown, because when he does that, it's like an explosion of light.
Yeah.
And then you see the worms drop, all these black worms drop off of Bill on the other side of the fire, and he sits up just cadaverous and covered in sweat and shaking, and even more precariously close to psychic collapse than he was before. He just sits up. Remind me not to do it my way ever so often, miss.
Bill?
I still don't know where they are. Shit.
Bill?
Yep.
And Amala is looking in horror at the markings on her arms.
Oh shit.
And on one hand and arm is very carefully traced all of the bones. And on the other is traced all of the blood vessels.
Yeah,
It's
he just
looking at
forgets himself, just grabs her wrists and turns, so he's staring at her arms like he would normally never touch you without permission, but he's just.
It's looking at me. I think I've crossed a line. And she's trembling.
I think you and I just got presents.
I don't think that thing with Tincture, I don't think that was the lady. That was something else. That was something older. I think Tincture's older than that lady.
Well, I just learned is that magic goes both ways. So if it's put its mark on you, then in a very real sense, miss, you've put your mark on it. I just used something very much like this, and he realizes like he's holding and kind of lets go. I realize I used something very much like that to tell Tincture to go fuck his hat. Pardon my language, miss.
So, remember when you promised to help me navigate shadows to know which ones are safe and which ones are not?
I assure you, miss, I remember that as if it were yesterday.
Probably was. No, might have been two or
Well,
3 days ago. I think I need to wander into some very dangerous shadows, and you're gonna help me get back out safe after, right?
I'm gonna take you in the safest way you ever been. You're gonna do your business with the light, and then I'm gonna get us back out, miss. That's how this
Speaking,
works.
okay. Speaking of which, I need more light.
I know just who you need to talk to, miss.
Who do I need
Because I
to
can't
talk
do
to?
that, and the white man comes running. That one's white all over, miss. There's got to be full of light in there.
It's dawn.
Yeah, it is dawn.
It's dawn, and of course we're in autumn falls still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
light is back now, huh? That purple, red,
The rainbow
gold
is
light.
coming back, so this place is safer for us.
Kind of.
Okay, so I can do this. I I'm always too rattled to do the full prep work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to secure the advantage ahead of time, so I won't get that extra bonus.
Fair, yep.
Actually, let me read that again. I secured advantage to prepare myself, so I don't do that. But I do get to add one just because I enhanced the light bearer asset.
Yes.
Okay. Plus wits. +1.
Wow.
Oh,
Does a weak
Lordy,
hit make sense?
So burning, well, that's not the question. The
Okay.
question is, does it make sense to barrel ahead with the momentum now, or does it make sense to barrel ahead with the momentum later?
How bad does Amala want this light? Right
Yeah.
now. This is when she's making the decision.
Pretty badly, because she's kind of panicked and rattled.
You want everything.
So-
You want to go in prepped, right? So, I would say
She wants the comfort of the light, so I burn it.
burn
Now
the
I do get
momentum and get the whole
+1.
6.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do get that. I get the whole 6, and I do get 1 more momentum back because of the hit.
Yes.
So power through that and grab all of the light I can. Okay, we're gonna have to use both light and shadow. I know I can track Caradwin. I don't know. I don't
Why
know
don't we
how to
start with that, miss?
track gear.
We can only go looking for one of them at a time.
The white mane has the link we need to gear.
So which one first, miss? If we're lucky, maybe they're both in the same place, but which one first?
I don't know. I don't.
Amala?
Yeah.
Which one first?
Caradwood.
Thank you, miss. Let's go.
She's going on what she knows.
And she's
Mhm.
been gone the longest, so.
She got. Oh, we need to gather her things. I know I
How
can
about
follow
you sit there and breathe,
Tether.
miss? And I'll build us a wee bit of a Caradwin shrine, and if you ever tell her I called it that, I shall punch you right in your face. I would never do that, miss, but you know what I mean. And I start building her pack and her broken bow and bowstrings, and
And her horse
her
gives you the
horse is
eye.
tied to it. Yep, absolutely. I am making
It's built on the horse.
It is a shrine to Caradwin.
Okay, so the tether mechanism, which I don't have, and it tethers to a place and not a person anyway, but that's what I
Don't
did.
care.
with
We
Caradwood.
break the rules here.
We break the rules here. So that is, oh God, I just lost it. Where'd it go? I'm back. Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. I'll close them all as sheet in order to get back to, no, I can't even do that because it's scrolled up off the top.
Isn't it in handout? It's in handouts.
No, I know, but I can't because I opened it under and it's underneath. There, here, I got it back. Okay. It's
This
a Roll20
interruption brought to
thing.
you by Roll20.
And I still can't get to the top of. I'm gonna have to reload because I can't get to the top of Caradwin's sheet. Okay,
I
but I
know
might
that,
not need
yeah.
it quite yet. All right, so I mean that is undertaking a journey to return. So what would the equivalent be here to go after her?
Delve.
Is this where we
Is this
start our
a
delve? I
locate?
think
What's
so, yeah.
locate our
Depths.
objective? What's locate our objective? Explosion site comes to an end. No.
Delve the depths.
Yeah, because we're not really following
Reveal
the
a
rules
danger,
of the
find an
tether.
opportunity, delve the depths.
Well, because you have to get to the point of finding out where Carradine went on this area in order to find her in the next area.
So at the very least, you need to discover a site. We're not going to define the site because we already have.
So what I'm envisioning is I can follow the tether. It's going to be because the worlds are sort of
Oh, and in a
leading
previous
into each other here. I can follow the twisty path.
and in a previous
Get to it.
session, you could physically see the tether in the shadow. In
Yes.
shadow walk.
Yes.
So
Well, so what's the description of undertaking?
for discover a site, it makes perfect sense. When you resolve to enter a perilous site in pursuit of an objective. We're going to a scary
Caradwin's
place
the
to look for a
objective.
Caradwin. That fits.
Okay.
Locate a
choose the-
Carradine.
Yeah. Choose the theme and domain which best represents its nature, which we know already
Which was
is
corrupted a ruin.
corrupted
Locate an
ruins.
Enolier.
I'm gonna throw a wrench in your guys' plan here.
Okay.
Yep.
Do it. Where's the wrench?
So
Give it
when
to
you give it to me.
Gimme.
When you guys
And
saw
what kind of
gear
wrench?
sink into the water,
Yes.
it looked like the white mane was trying to go after him. Like it was trying to find a way to get into the water to go after him, but it
Mhm.
was not allowed.
Yep. That makes sense. Which would also help us decide to go for Caradwin first. I like
Caradwin.
that. So, formidable? Or because we want to find her. I mean, just for storytelling purposes, we want to find her fairly
Maybe-
quickly, right? So we
Maybe
can get everybody.
Caradwin's Caradwin's is like epic or extreme, and mine and your guys' is formidable up until the point where something happens where we
Well,
find something.
finding her is only
Finding
probably going to
Caradwin
be
isn't going-
troublesome
Yeah.
You're right, because it's only
we
the first.
have a guide.
You're right.
we
It's the
we
first
have
step.
a
So
path to follow.
Yep,
So
I like
it's
that.
going to be short.
yeah, exactly. So the only thing that would be stuff getting in our way. So yeah, it's only troublesome. I like that. So 3 per success. Okay. All right, that's all we need to know about that.
Are these happening simultaneously?
These delves.
Well, that's what I was just going to say, because Gear is
Carradwin's
about
is
to start.
definitely going on.
So all 3, yeah. So why don't all 3 of us? So yeah, I'll keep track of the one for ourselves and for Bill and Amala.
And I've
can
got
you
mine.
guys- Yeah,
I'll
you guys
do
got
mine.
one each.
And
track
I'm
each.
thinking that Carradwin,
What is yours?
well, she's now gained her senses. She's trying to find a way out.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking she doesn't have to delve the depths because she's in the depths. She was led here.
Yeah.
So
There is an escape the depths, but it's an all the way out in one. Like it's all the way out in one roll. So
that
I
wouldn't
would
quite
say
fit.
I would say still do a delve, but you're just your goal is to
find
escape,
some path.
find the surface or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
you
First
are
delve.
in a reasonably receptive frame of mind because that was
Yep.
how you were susceptible to the glimmer.
Yeah.
mhm.
And so for the viewers, that's what led her astray, was a glimmer in the
It's a
delve.
glimmer.
Um,
It's a dangerous encounter
Yes.
or dangerous threat. Is what
that's
it's technically called.
true. It is only dangerous. Okay.
Yeah, it's only considered a dangerous scene threat.
Dangerous
So
scene.
Yeah.
So you're kind of
Yeah.
in. That's what you're doing. Is you're doing a scene challenge
mhm.
with the glimmer. But
Yeah.
everything you're going to be able to use a +1 on everything because of your bond to me, because that's gonna, you're receptive, and so you're going to be
Yeah.
able to follow, even though you normally wouldn't be able to follow the tether. You're going to be slightly tugged that way.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like you're pulling on both ends of the same string.
Yeah, and I figure that the glimmer is working in tandem with because she is physically in this area, so there are dangers outside of it, but she is working towards
So you're doing a scene challenge. What is Gear doing?
I guess I'm delving.
Do you know where you are at all? Or
I know exactly where I am. Gear doesn't.
as
So
long
you
as
know
someone's
exactly where
driving
Gear is.
as long as someone's driving the plane.
Yeah.
I know what it looks like.
That we're
That's
building
about
while we
it.
fly.
Yeah. I know what it looks like.
Perfect.
That's it.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, but so what mechanics are you going to use as you do it?
I'm gonna go with the delve mechanics and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
So
Carradwin,
shall
are
we
you going
round
first?
robin it?
Yeah, I say we hot potato it all the way around and just do
Okay,
them simultaneously.
Carradwin's turn.
Yeah, it's been the longest. So
Delve the depths
let's get this.
on a weak
A
hit.
weak hit. You would roll. What stat did you roll?
Wit.
Wits.
Is it a delve the depths?
I thought we said it was delve the depths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Do you have the sheet? Do you have the
glimmer?
well,
'cause she's
the scene challenge is page.
So
If we
roll
don't,
a
I cut it.
D100.
Well, we're just deciding whether she's actually delving the depths or whether she's going to use the other mechanic.
Oh,
I thought she already decided to use the scene
Because there's a
challenge
scene challenge mechanic. So
yeah. I mean,
because she's dealing with a scene challenge.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Okay, so you set up the progress check, envision the situation, and either face danger or secure an advantage.
That's
there
what
you
that
go.
is. Yep. Okay.
Page 137 in the Delph manual.
Yep, I found it.
Okay, you guys got it. So yeah,
I had
cool.
it. I had it for the gloom.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I had
be
it for the
doing
gloom.
2 delves. Well, two delves and a scene challenge all at the same time.
Okay.
This here
Because
we
we
go
like
stress test.
complicated.
We're stress
People
testing
do
us. We're stress testing
complications.
the system. We're stress testing everything. Let's go. Starting
Okay,
with Carradine. What are
I'm
you
gonna
doing?
roll face danger because she's popping out of this trance like state into the
Yes.
unknown.
Yep.
She's not prepared. And what stat am I Face danger.
Is that suffer? Is it a suffer move? No, sorry, never mind.
Suffer.
Adventure move. No,
No,
that's
face
face
Yeah, it's
death.
an adventure
Sorry,
move.
I got
but
distracted.
How are you facing danger?
I saw face
I
death
know,
and
I'm
got
trying
distracted.
to figure that out.
I would suggest observation because you're
That's what I was
looking,
thinking.
trying to get
thinking
oriented.
wits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so wits. It would
Trying
be
to
my
ignore
suggestion.
her and
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Take one momentum.
Take one momentum.
You were
and I'm
successful.
successful. Okay, so I'm successful against the glimmer.
Yeah.
It didn't pull me back in.
Well, and that gets you. You're successful, so that gets you. Let's see. If you face danger, you got a strong hit. Mark progress. Is the countdown track full, or are you ready to resolve the scene? If
Mhm.
no, the next time you're going to face danger, secure an advantage again.
Yep, and it's dangerous, so that's 2
And that'll take us
progress.
to gear.
yeah. So where are you when she draws you through the water?
So Gear doesn't know that he's being drawn. He's kind of under the same effects that Caradwin was, but this is targeted towards him, and he's not aware of what's going on until he is underwater. And he's kind of complacent to this until he finally realizes that he's running out of air, and then kind of snaps to and cannot see anything. It's like inky blackness, and as he madly just pushes the water trying to get towards the surface, he can feel the sediment kind of rushing through his fingers as he finally breaks the surface and takes this huge breath of acrid, rusty air. This sediment stuck all over his face. He finally gets a picture of what's around him. There's this almost completely black tunnel that he can only see because of the various blue bioluminescent light. But it's subterranean, so there's no beach that this water goes on. There's no tide. It's perfectly still. It just ends in rock. And as he kind of pushes through this rust colored water, the flakes kind of sticking to his face and arms, he pulls himself up out of the water. Let's see how screwed he is.
Whew, I'm sure glad I got the owlet.
I
You can't imagine it would have held its breath all too long.
Wow, that happened.
Yeah.
Find an opportunity. I'm not used to succeeding. What do I do?
I don't know what to do.
The terrain
Ooh.
favors you.
You find a hidden path.
And so, as Gear kind of tentatively steps, the only sound are the sloshing of his boots and the dripping of the water off of his body. He enters this dark, kind of circular cave. And as he gets deeper and deeper, there are these growths coming down from the ceiling, these vines. And as he can't help but this smile creep across his face as he pulls them aside. This is his natural habitat.
Me Tarzan.
So fair to say you
he
kind of
smiles.
drift into hunter mode, like this sort of nature gear mode.
And this is like comfort zone. So this is
I
like
just
You probably got some
flowing.
momentum with that.
I have no idea, do I?
You can feel the momentum building here. Let's see, that was a delve.
That was a
A
delve to
strong
death.
hit. Mark progress.
progress
Oh,
and
I
find
get
an opportunity.
progress.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, guys. Your turn.
Okay.
You're leading.
Bill?
Bill's just following. Yeah.
Okay, so we are stepping into shadow.
Yep.
Oh, does this mean we're physically going through or we how likely is it that we are physically entering shadow given that neither of us knows how to do that?
Yeah, you've never done that.
There's
On
never
purpose.
been a better
Unlikely or
reason.
small chance? We're pretty motivated.
I
Unlikely
would
or
say
small
we've
chance?
got at least a 75% chance of both of us making. Oh.
That's
oh.
likely though. I don't think it's that likely because neither of us. Well, but Amal has done it once.
You've done it once,
done
and
to her
Bill
before.
absolutely believes in
Has
you.
n-
I would say
yeah.
it's 75% likely both of us, 50% likely only one of us. I want to make it more likely that we go than not.
Okay.
Because then there's not
Actually,
an
kind of
escape route.
wrecks. There we go. 84. That's only 16% off of perfect. That doesn't matter whether it was
Okay.
likely or not. So
All right.
Because
So
because if you
we
didn't
managed to
go physically,
bodily,
then there would be
in-
an escape route. You'd be able to leave.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we bodily. So focusing, melding light and shadow into that balance, that yin yang. As we step into shadow where I can see the tethers.
Yep. As we get there, Bill's shadow just does that bubble thing like
So
he
now
did
I have a
before.
question. How likely is it that our two tethers go in roughly the same direction? Caradwin, how likely is it that our tethers go in roughly the same direction?
Gear and Caradwin.
No,
Oh no,
the
Amala and
sorceress and
Caradwin?
Caradwin.
the sorceress and Caradwin. Oh, that's pretty likely. Yeah, that's almost certain.
Mhm.
But they don't.
Oh wow! Holy
Okay.
cow! Okay.
Okay,
So where do
so they
you
don't-
guys go?
So the two
Yeah.
we're following the tether to Caradwin.
But for some reason they don't go to the same place.
So she obviously isn't there right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, with any luck, that means she's with gear. So once we get Caradwin, we can just follow my heads, and we'll get him then.
Okay, and we delve.
Yep.
And do we have a bonus because of shadow walk? What's the shadow walk thing? So it's shadow.
Because we both have shadow walk. So yeah.
Let's see. Oh, roll plus shadow to do this delve.
Yes.
I
So
don't know. I don't know that it works that way though.
well,
If we're-
the thing you asked for me to help you, so I think it makes sense for me to roll that shadow roll. Is that how it
As
works?
secure an advantage.
Yeah, as a secure an advantage
Okay,
using my shadow,
so
right?
roll it to secure an advantage using shadow, and then I'll roll the delve to depths. So we're stepping into shadow, and you're making sure
That's
I
plus
follow the
2
safer shadow.
because
You're leading me into the safer shadows as I'm following the twisty path to carry through the various realities and
and
worlds that
I'm
all mix
following.
here.
I'm actually following a shadow version of feet. I don't know if you'd be able to see them or not, but that gives me an
Okay.
excuse to have the plus 2 bonus. So there we
Okay,
go. Yeah.
strong hit. So in strong hit, we get what?
You gain advantage. You either make another move now with plus 1 or take plus 2 momentum.
Take the momentum.
Okay, over to you.
Gets me back up to 5 momentum. Okay, so we are now.
So, like I said, yeah, Bill just
delving the
makes the
depths.
bubble, makes that bubble
So,
of
and then
blackness
you guys
around you, so
go
that you
through the
can see
water.
And I am delving with expertise, insight, or observation. No, that's securing an advantage. What am I delving? I'm delving with, oh, and I lost that pop up again. I'm delving, well, still with observation, intuition, or expertise. And can I get that pop up? Here it is. Wits.
So wits.
And the bonus was what? No
ends
bonus.
up being no, because you got plus 2 momentum.
I'm going to spend a light, so 2 bonus for the light.
Okay.
Let me go mark the light.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't even need that, but that's okay.
Find
This is
an
what light is for.
opportunity.
Yep. So
An opportunity?
yeah,
Oh, 'cause of
find
the
an
strong hit.
opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, where is this?
Want me to
Just a
roll it for
couple
you?
below, right below
I
Delta
found it.
Depths.
There it is. Oh wow.
You
We
find a hidden
find a hidden path.
Okay.
Okay, so you now are able to, I'm following the tether, you're navigating the shadows, and I've got a place where it's going to loop, but you lead me in a slightly different shadow that ends up in the same place. So we're following the safer route.
Yeah, because
Doing
it's a
that.
labyrinth.
Feet,
I've said
yeah.
so. Like she was led in kind of a twisty turny, but you're in shadow.
Feet says we can go this way, and when it comes to finding secret ways, you always trust cockroaches.
Yep, and mark progress, and because that's what 3 progress.
Yep.
3 ticks.
Yeah, because we're only troublesome. So
Yep. Okay, Caradwin, your turn.
So, let's see.
So face danger, or what was the other option?
Secure an advantage and then face
Secure an
danger.
advantage or face danger, yeah.
So
So
just one or the other.
Well, because isn't it then? I'm looking at the map, and then if you secure an advantage, and then if the track is full, then you go back around to face danger. Yeah, whatever. I guess it kind of depends on your.
Well, tell us what your plan is to get away from this. So you got to get away from the glimmer and not fall back under its thrall, but you're also trying to find a way out. So
yeah, and Caradwin, I think, is still not quite aware of the glimmer. Like she's now noticed it because she's now not caught off guard. She notices it and she's not pulled in at this moment. And so she's confused to whether that is the way forward or the way back. Because she's not sure. So she's trying to secure an advantage, to try and figure out if she can figure out which one is which. And so she is using.
That sounds like wits.
That's wits. Yep, she's using wits.
Absolutely. So secure an advantage. So a weak hit, you would get
Weak
plus
hit,
one
you
momentum.
Take momentum.
I can't take more momentum anyway. I can't take any more momentum. So,
You're at 10? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm at 10.
So if you burn that, you would make another move and add plus 1, or burn all of it and take 2.
No.
I know.
I
hesitant.
think just mark your progress.
Yeah, just mark the progress because
Oh wait, no, you don't mark progress on this.
Do I not? On a weak hit? Oh, I take 1 momentum. Or I take 2 momentum or add plus 1 to
what? To the next roll.
That's what I figured. That's why I thought I then
to your delve, right?
Yeah,
to your next delve.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and so because she's securing an advantage for something, and that's for the face danger.
So there, then you would face. Yeah. So then face danger. Go ahead.
Yep.
I mean, we don't have to do it.
Yeah. So I'm. So. Yeah. Okay. Face danger, and it's with wits because.
And then plus 1 because of your.
Together.
Wow, you have to burn your momentum for a
I'm really glad I didn't burn that momentum. Oh. Okay. I'm going. I mean, obviously.
So missing is mark a countdown box.
Oh no.
Rather than progress.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because you're doing
Or weak hit is you mark
progress
and countdown
box. I'm
right. I've forgotten you were doing the scene challenge, because if you were just doing a straight face danger, what you just rolled is basically bone walkers.
Yeah.
Because it's face a new danger, and every time we face a new danger, it's freaking bone walkers.
Actually, I have ideas for what danger we face, but
so anyway, yes, that didn't happen.
Go with your idea.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna burn the momentum on this one. Well, I'm gonna burn it.
Tell the
I'm gonna burn
Mark progress, and
because she's currently in her right mind, and so she starts to think that must be a way out because light equals an opening. But then she starts to reconsider because she sees like everything else seems like she's underground or in some way shrouded in this darkness. The light in that angle doesn't make sense. And so that's why the weak hit. She doesn't quite move, but very far, but she kind of was like, no, that isn't out. And so turns around and then is still stuck in a labyrinth.
That's the trap. Yeah, gotcha.
Is the countdown track full, or are you ready to resolve the scene?
No.
Okay. Gear's
so
turn.
next was Gear, yeah.
And so Gear is, now I should have specified last time, he can feel the vines, but he can't see them still.
Yes.
He is still in total darkness. There's just this omnipresent kind of blue light that is just out of reach can't see the source of it. It's just kind of a haze that penetrates through, but he can feel these black vines as he's kind of pushing past them. Let's see what the depths have for me. I'm gonna go shadow this time because I'm in sneak mode.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Find an opportunity. Let's see.
Oh. What down here is going to help you? What an utter shock, helping us. Like a positive take. That's weird. You know what?
We're not used to positive.
That is so shocking.
It's a bone walker, and it leads
And
him
it's
out.
and it's 8:27. So
Oh,
let's give
I know
ourselves-
exactly what it is.
I know. I'm wondering.
I know exactly what it is. Are you ready for
Do
this?
you
And
want
we'll
to
lead on
tell
this.
us
Do it,
before we
do
go to
it,
break?
do it.
Okay. What do you find?
So Gear kind of pulls back the vines and stops dead in his tracks because there's something in front of him that is just a shade different than his surroundings. And it's kind of lower to the ground, but as it spins towards him to look at him, there are these two yellow, beautiful cat-like eyes that settle on his. And it turns and just begins silently walking through the vines.
Have
Leading you
you
on.
found another spirit?
Perfect. And there,
I want a
Perhaps.
cave lion.
in
Amala
amongst
doesn't,
the
but I want a
vines,
cave
because
lion.
where else would you find a lion but in a room full of strings? It was in their place.
Oh,
Nature spirits have to have fun too.
oh, okay.
It's dark. No one can see me being an idiot. I'm a cat. No one cares. With that, we will take a let's have a like sort of 15-minute break-ish like we normally do. For those of us that are watching live, we will be back at 1:45.
Oh my.
I need a breath. That was only an hour and a half, and only like an hour and 20 minutes of that was actual game. So, here
Have
we will
denizens in our journal.
be
Anyway,
back
sorry.
in about 15 minutes. Talk to you then. And with the reference to page 142 and a polite thank you, we are back.
This is what we really do behind the
For
scenes.
those of you that need to know
Scry
what
through the rule books.
Those of you that want to know what's on page 142 should immediately go to one of various places where you can purchase this amazing game. RPG Drive-Thru, itch.io, several other places. The
IronswornRPG.com.
IronswornRPG.com and various other places. And I suggest, and I think I can speak for all of us, we suggest you should go out and do so immediately and grab all your friends online and use whatever communication device that rhymes with room that you like to have a wonderful game of D&D without having
Flume?
to...
I haven't heard of Flume.
And the best part of it is you don't have to smell your friends.
You don't even have to wear pants.
That's right.
You gotta get one
as
or
long as
two
you
that
remember not to stand up. I've seen a couple of those videos already. The working from home videos where they forgot that the rest of the room is in view too. So
make sure if you get your friends together, you get some of the dark bastards too. They like
yes,
to spice
always
things up.
Always at least one. Always at least one. There is a video to that effect over at Dirty 20 Gaming on YouTube. Shameless plug.
I feel personally attacked.
You were.
You shouldn't. You were an inspiration for that. That's not an attack.
I watched that video and I watched Kevin go, I have one of these players. And I went, oh, that's me.
And you notice I get you in every bloody game I can. So I wasn't lying. I like me a dark bastard in my games.
It's like when the teacher says, and one person got an F and you're in the back like, oh shit, that's me.
Well, you got an
Oh.
A+ before the break because you are being led through the darkness by a something. and you're not quite sure, I think, what that something is.
All I know is that it's got yellow eyes and is a shade bluer than black.
Yes. So, that's you. Back to Amala and Bill. Again, Bill is just providing the
Okay.
shield and letting Amala follow the tether because the tether that's
Okay.
Bill's got goes somewhere else.
Are you going to do the opportunity
Come on,
again
words.
for the?
Meh, 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 meh.
Are
Yes,
you going to do the
absolutely.
opportunity again,
Yep,
or
absolutely.
secured
Here I
advantage
go.
again?
Yeah, securing an advantage with shadows.
Oh yes, I've got to mark my progress.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Flat out miss.
Yep, and I pay the
yikes.
price. What happens here? It is
Oh
stress.
no!
Well, this
Oh, dear
normally this normally wouldn't be a problem, except
You used your.
You have one
spirit.
stress.
yeah. So I now have 0 stress.
You can't
Wait,
take any
no,
more
you have to
stress.
roll. You have to roll. You might be able
Oh,
to
that's
shake
true.
it off.
You might be able to shake it off.
Endure stress.
Right, of course.
Or my suffer moves.
I got all
furiously
flustered.
Flips.
I got all flustered. Endure some stress.
Roll
But you're
Endure
not,
some
spirit
you're
stress.
not
or
down.
heart,
You
whichever is
just can't take
higher.
any more stress.
It's spirit for sure, and no bonus.
It wasn't higher than heart.
If I burn my momentum, I can press on. I'm just story-wise. I don't want to be corrupted.
what's
I don't
your
want to be
heart?
corrupted. Nope. Heart's not as good, I don't think.
As your
You're
spirit.
at
Your
one
No,
spirit's
sorry,
spirit.
heart's
one.
2. Whoops.
Yeah,
Heart
so
was 2,
add-
so that would have
So
been.
that's a weak hit.
That is
That's
still.
without
Yeah, you're right.
momentum.
That's
If
a
But you
you're
don't
max
right.
have to
roll
burn
too.
momentum.
Yes, you're right. So the weak hit on that then gets me what? I'm all
You
flustered. now.
can.
I press on.
Thank you.
You
Yeah,
press,
you press
on.
on.
So you suffer your minus spirit and you press on.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm not quite
you
sure how
can't
that
take
works.
any
So
more.
I'm
You can't
do-
take any
okay,
more
so-
spirit.
Yeah.
You're not down. You just can't do. anything else.
Okay. So,
So you're at big goose egg.
You okay
well,
there, Bill?
yeah.
Oh, scary.
I-
Oh man.
Should I
the
pause and?
the
Note to
shadow
self: don't
dome.
take Bill into a delve anymore.
The shadow dome just disappears, and it's just Bill standing beside you in the dark.
Are you okay, Bill?
Not so much, miss.
Should should we pause and take care of this? Because I know when Caradwin and I were coming after you and Gear, we did stop and rest and take care of ourselves because we don't do them any good at all if we fall.
I think we're pretty close, miss. I think we are.
I think I better stop and
We should. We really can't. We have got the time.
yes, we do have the time.
You have enough light. You can do it.
We have enough time for this because if we don't have enough time for this, we don't have enough time to do what we're doing anyway. So we have the time for this. Okay.
Right. You are
heal
doing
with wits. Oh yeah, and then I'll put the light.
Oh, oh,
Holy shit.
Yes.
Wow. That just happened.
Okay.
So, a strong hit
So-
on a heal.
And this is we're
Your
healing your
care is
spirit.
helpful. You may clear a
Okay.
wounded condition, then take or give up to +2.
Plus 2
Oh.
spirit. Yes.
Damn it! I should have taken the condition. I could have dramatically
But it's
given
an
it away one
opportunity.
round later.
But it's an
Yes, it is.
opportunity.
It's an opportunity. What do we
then-
want to do with the opportunity?
Maybe your demonstration of sharing this light gives Bill a +1 to his next roll.
Or
How
alternatively,
about a
I'm
momentum?
also low on spirit.
So it gives you a
You
plus
get it too.
spirit.
You get it too. We're here together. You cause Bill to heal, and in his resistance to it,
You
What?
get
I can't take all that, miss. I can't take all that. And I shove some back.
so you heal Bill 2 and then you get 1, or do you get 2?
I'm inclined to say, well, so I can give or take up to 2. So would opportunity double it or just enhance it?
I mean, 50% increase is pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. So I think I'll take 1.
Yeah.
2 to Bill and 1 to me. Okay.
Right
Better?
then. Team crazy people. And he fist bumps you again.
Okay.
And boom, the
So
bubbles back
now-
up.
So now are we ready to delve?
Right. That mushroom queen don't stand a chance. Let's delve. Oh no.
Oh.
Reveal a danger. What happens? Oh no.
Oof.
Oh, no.
Big oof.
Big oof, because Karis and I kind of talked about what common dangers could live here.
Okay.
Roll
Uh-oh.
twice.
I missed a roll.
No!
I missed a roll. Oh, it's getting bad.
See,
Okay.
you know what this
I might
is?
have to.
Roll,
I might have
Roll
to.
20 finally understands how we play this game.
All right. Reveal a danger.
So, 2
Twice more.
reveal dangers.
1, 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Check the domain card.
Undermines or complicates our quest. The domain card. Oh lordy, where are we?
Go back
Uh,
to moves and
Corrupted
go
Ruin
to the. Ooh.
is where
Themes and
'cause
That's
domains,
where
right?
you are, but that's not where.
Oh, it's not where you guys are yet. Okay.
Yeah.
So roll on the reveal a danger alternate table at the bottom, because it takes out the
Okay.
it takes out the domain stuff. Environmental or architectural hazard.
Okay. So we are.
And a
We are
discovery that
in
undermines or complicates the quest.
So
I
we
have
are.
an idea for the discovery.
Tell.
Okay. So where were you traveling through? Do you have any
Well,
idea?
that's what I was about to say. We are in shadow, in this sort of um mushy area between the worlds. It's kind of like we take a trail that goes through this world and back down under that world and back through this world, and
Okay.
so we're in this kind of.
In this amalgamation of everything. And so as you're traveling through this kind of weird, mushy question mark place that is both here and not, you're traveling through all these different domains, and you're kind of like skirting the edges of some and going straight through others, and bypassing ones entirely. And as you're going through one, the tether on Caradwin kind of does a tug towards someplace. Like there was a pit stop somewhere, or this place was significant in the trail to her. And when you get there, you come across what appears to be kind of a large, now crumbling, ancient set of statues. And these statues, I have a thing. Okay. These statues are,
Aha.
they depict identical men dressed in clothes unlike anything an Ironlander has ever seen. So this is clearly of the Firstborn. This is of this world. And one man holds a bow, a hunter, ready to strike, and the other rides a wolf, a messenger for his people. And these statues are old. And you can't quite make out faces or any details because they've all been kind of eroded away with time. They're kind of smoothed out. but underneath there's what could only be described as a placard, kind of. It kind of describes what was happening, and somehow either it's written in our language or you understand
Or
it.
it's one of those like dream things that you can
Yeah, it's one of those where things
universally
are automatic.
understood.
Yeah, and it depicts an old myth, a tale now lost to time as the Ironlanders take over the world anew, and it depicts the story or a piece of the story of of a man that was prophesied to become a threat to the gods' reign. He was going to be so powerful that he was going to match them in power. And so, in a fit of jealousy, the king of the gods split him into two identical pieces of the same whole. And basically, this myth is the depiction of the first set of twins, Aelus and Aelwyn. And according to what you are able to see based on this, the myth has two endings, depending on where you grew up or who was telling the myth. In one, the brothers grew apart, fighting at every turn. And they ended up destroying each other in their jealousy and in their greed and in their fight to be better than the other. And in turn, they destroyed their own home. In the other ending, the twins were close, almost moving as if one and the same person, an extension of each other. And they banded together and stormed the temple of the gods to bring them down from their tyranny and bring forth an era of prosperity. And in either case, it is said that if twins are born, it was believed by these people that they were either destined to absolutely destroy one another and everything around them, or unflinchingly die for each other. And that is what you come across.
Oh shit. Dang. Bravo.
There's more to that hunter of ours than she's having on. First she don't tell us she's married, and now this lot. I don't know if I've ever seen you speechless before, miss.
Okay.
Is
So
it
there's
still coming?
this.
Just for. We've got a moment to heal, we've got a moment to have a chat, miss. You still look surprised from time to time. And I'm wondering when that's going to wear off. Because I think you
Why
and
would
me
it
got
ever
on.
wear off?
Because I think you and me are going to spend a lot of the next little bit of time surprised, miss.
Very likely.
This is big things. It's bigger than I
Yeah.
ever wanted to have anything to do with.
I never even imagined anything so big. And every step I take from Kinheim, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm not sure I can handle the next bigness.
You know what, miss? I got an answer for that too. It's the same answer I gave you before when it was talking about the shadows. You don't deal with the whole shadow. Just deal with the bit you're in. And the nice thing about shadows is you can only see a little bit. So you've only got to deal with a little bit at a time.
The problem with that, Bill, is we keep seeing lots.
It only seems like lots, miss, 'cause you're not seeing all the stuff we're not seeing.
Yeah, so the thing about light is it kind of flashes out the bears of what you can see, right?
You know what else it does, miss?
What?
It pisses off things what live in the dark, I'll tell you. It's like...
Does that mean you're mad at me?
Not at all, miss, no. I didn't tell you. When I went all in the dark there, I saw Tincture. That little prick, pardon my language, miss. And I thought of you, and I made light. And I shot it at him, like a torch, like a lantern. And he didn't like it. And neither did that bloody great thing behind him.
I saw that.
And if a little tiny bit of my weak little light did all that, you drive back the night itself, miss.
Well, except I lit up a beacon that seems to be drawing everything around.
You also lit up an entire valley and drove every bone walker in 100 miles out of one. When we need light, miss, you don't hold back.
Well, that's true.
You shine like the lantern you are. I'll provide the hood, you provide the light, right?
Right. We can do this.
Let's go find our hunter then,
Yeah.
before she kills her brother.
Which brother? And I think it's Caradwin's turn.
Caradwin who has no idea or no recollection of this landmark.
Nope.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even in the same world that Caradwin
Yeah,
did. This is one of
yeah.
the
The
other
tether
ones
just
where
pulled you to it and added a complication.
Are we
Robin.
going to
I
count
love
all
this
of that as
complication.
one more step? I think we get one more progress out of all of that, right?
No, because it was a miss on the delve.
Oh, was it? And then
That was
right,
that was
the
complication.
That was a miss.
You're right. All the advance
Yep,
was
yep.
because of the wonderful story, not because of the rolls. So yeah, we don't get squat.
Yes.
Robin, would you do me a favor when you roll your next? Would you also give us a slight description of where you are?
Yeah.
So I have an idea.
Okay. So yeah, she's going to try and secure another advantage. Oh no!
Oh yikes!
Mark a countdown and pay
So-
the price and make it even more complicated.
God. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
On the
let
bright
me-
side, also
we're
add
all
one to
gonna
your
figure out
failure
what
bar.
happens when we fill up our failure bars because
Add
Add
we're
two
gonna
to
do
my failure
complications
bar.
count as 2?
Yeah, complications count as 2. We've
Yep.
been saying.
Oh, because they're
Um,
extra.
I'm getting
bad.
close to rolling that bar. I think I'm at almost 8. I think it's
Oh, you can roll it before it's full. I thought you just filled it.
No, it's like any other bar.
It's a
You can
progress.
always roll
Okay.
on a bar. Yeah.
I'm at
okay, so on a
6
miss,
and a quarter.
your assumptions betray you, and you.
I had a couple
try
really
to
bad sessions.
make it-
Oh no.
Yeah.
How many new ones can we get this time? Well, what else
Yeah,
is likely in a
you know,
glimmer? What else goes with a
we did all this kind of like lead up to like, oh, what are we gonna find in this delve?
Well, you got away from the glimmer. You're
Not
moving. What are you
yet.
moving through?
Yeah, give it to us.
I was just going
So-
to sort of shift from the glimmer to the new foe, not have two of them chasing you out of the place. Your call.
The glimmer's
Um,
a scene.
Yes.
yeah, the glimmer's
right,
a scene.
yes.
It's not necessarily a foe. It's just
Don't
Right.
try to persuade her, Kevin.
I'm
Go ahead.
allowed to- I'd just
Josh
like to
is
see
reserving
Caradwin
that
again
to,
at some
to
point.
himself.
I just don't want to bury a
so
character in this game. That's all.
Says the only one who's died so far.
Oh yeah. That's
well,
me. That's different.
The area that Caradwin is in, and she's in it's in this ancient ruins. It kind of matches the aesthetic of the statues that Bill and Amola have seen, but it's not quite that put together. It's clearly kind of a shamble of pieces, kind of like, an old stronghold in some way. and the ground is kind of a mixture of broken stone and kind of loamy earth and very mossy, damp air and walls within this kind of like twisting and turning pattern that is very discombobulating, because everything looks the same. It's all kind of dark and dingy and um, and misty and kind of misty, like the end of the waterfall, kind of hard to see, and that's why the glimmer is so prominent.
Sure.
And why it didn't make sense that was the exit if everything else was like this. It didn't make sense. It stood out. So that's where she is. New danger. I guess we gotta roll on the table. Reveal it.
Row.
Oh.
I think that means that the glimmer takes hold again.
That makes sense. Yep.
So she starts. So she started getting her senses back together, and she's like, "Okay, I'm going to go the opposite direction of this." And she starts moving, but then the voice is louder again, and this time it's Kadal's, and it's that echoey mysticism of a voice that's kind of like ethereal and not actually real, but to the person listening to it is very real.
Siren
And
song.
yeah, very siren song,
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty Aurora, like I said in our private chat. Very, very, pull you to your death type thing. And so she hears it and turns around, and she sees the glimmer, and the ball of light starts to kind of take on a form within the mist. It's kind of particleized in the mist, but it kind of is starting to look like a human. And so she starts to walk forward, again taken in by the glimmer.
Perfect. Gear.
And that was on my secure and advantage roll.
Yeah, we haven't even got to your face danger. Should we? I think we should face. Yeah, let's face that danger. See how this goes. I think.
Yeah.
We
Because
just got you.
the glimmer.
We just got you to the peril. We have to now get you into
Because
the
the
peril.
glimmer is the scene. It
Yes.
can lead you to danger.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's with what am I facing it with? I guess wits. It's got to be it.
Wits
Or
or
is
heart
it your
at this
brother?
point?
Wits or heart.
Because it's your brother Heart, maybe.
Heart makes sense too. I think they're the same number, but
Yeah, but they feel different.
okay,
Progress and countdown.
but face troublesome
That was close.
cost. You're delayed, lose advantage, or face a new danger.
No,
No.
remember
Tired
you're
or
doing
hurt.
the scene challenge.
No,
Oh,
doing
right,
the scene
doing the
challenge,
scene
so
challenge.
Mark progress and a
right.
countdown.
And a countdown. That's right.
One of each.
So
So
you
you get.
sort of coincidentally go kind of in the way, but you don't know you're going in the way, and so it's becoming more perilous.
Yeah, you're
Mhm.
not going.
It wants. I'm going in the way it wants me to go, not in the way I want to go.
It just happens to be with a little bit of help that's in our direction, so
Yeah,
or at least in
yeah.
gears.
It's kind of a central. I'm assuming it's probably a central direction, so we're all moving in a different direction, but same place.
Okay, Gears turn.
the hallways to narrative meeting zone.
I am being led through this, and I haven't seen anything yet. It's all just blackness. But I'm being led through this area by a nature spirit, or like the projection of one. And so I am going to delve.
It's gonna be a walking zoo before long.
I'm going to
Dr.
add
Doolittle.
+1 for the shadow spirit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Even with it.
But this might work.
Reveal a danger. And if we do alt, right, then we don't have to worry about the domains. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So I am going to. Don't let the dice tell you what you're doing. Okay.
Oh.
That's an interesting one. We've never seen that one before.
I
I'm gonna roll to try to escape the depths really quick to see if this works. So I'm gonna roll a d10 because I have an idea. No, I don't escape. So as Gear is walking again through this, uh, and he hasn't seen anything. It's all just entirely black. He's going only by feel. But the nature spirit starts moving faster, and he's kind of moving these vines and branches away as he's trying to keep up, and he's moving faster and faster until he loses sight of the nature spirit, and at that point he's breaking into a run, just beating things out of the way, and immediately puts the brakes on as he is face to face with something, the first thing he's been able to see in this entire area, other than that blue glow, is this half obscured dark face of an older man with perfect skin and just the hint of laugh lines at his eyes. And the ancient hand comes out towards him and says, "Wake up. You're asleep." But is immediately dispersed into smoke as rushing through him there's this blue glowing anti-dryad rushing straight at him as his only salvation is dispersed from her realm. So that's what I'm doing.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess that's back to us then. We are continuing to try and follow the tether.
How are we doing on our progress?
We've only progressed once, and that's 3 boxes.
I just failed twice. That's bad.
Okay, so you're navigating for us, securing our advantage.
Yep. Oops, I keep trying to do it on the wrong sheet, though. Hang on.
Oh no.
Where
Oh,
is
I rolled
danger?
wrong, but that's okay.
Doesn't matter now.
Yep, too late.
It's
I
just
should've read the
randomness to
move.
keep the story going, and we've already done that. So,
I should have read the
oh
move.
yes,
There you go. So we decided in this, I think before when we had opportunity on this, because it gives you a choice of 2, I think with opportunity we gave both, right?
I think so.
So
yes.
because it's going to you, oh, wait a minute, I've got the wrong, hang on, that was secure an advantage. Yeah, so make another move and add +1 and take +2 momentum.
Okay.
And both of those go to you.
So we're delving the depths +1.
I am so screwed.
So yeah, what Bill is doing, how he's giving you that advantage is he said it's not what you can see in the shadows that'll get you, it's what you can't see. He is doing something he doesn't do very often, which is looking out and seeing the really big, really scary things that lurk in the shadows, and using the best of his abilities from outside the bubble, putting himself at some risk, better than inside the bubble, to make that bubble even more invisible to them.
Okay.
But visibly
Mark
to Amala,
progress.
he's inside the bubble with her just walking.
Yeah. All right. And so we stepping carefully, follow the trail, marking our progress.
Yep, give us a delve.
Nice.
You find a straighter shot to the Caradwin again.
Yep, so delve deeper. So mark progress, so that's 3 more. And
So
it automatically found the opportunity for you, or are you just really quick?
I'm really quick.
Okay, I thought it did it automatically. I was going to go, wow, a new feature. No, okay. You find it. So yes. What hidden path do you find?
Um. So I'm getting a feeling for how this is going, and I'm kind of getting a sense of direction. I'm starting to feel like I don't have to just follow the tether link by link.
Right.
That I can move towards where we're going.
Right. Like skipping waypoints on a map.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna cut across, right? Yeah, I love it.
As the crow flies.
Yeah. Straight
Does
to
that
the
get us
last
an
waypoint.
extra one on our progress?
I think it probably should. That's really smart. Plus, it was an opportunity and a strong hit. So yeah, I'm taking an extra one. Let's get us closer. What the hell? No one can tell us what to do. We run this game.
You want?
There are no rules.
That puts
So
us
I
at
think
9 at
next
the end of
time-
this turn. So yeah,
Oh, at 9?
Whoa.
yeah.
Wow.
So next time around we can, because
You're
each
very
Yeah.
one
first.
gets us 3, right? Each one gets us 3 boxes. So next time around we
that's
can
right, you're
certainly try and
untroublesome.
find one of you. This is only troublesome.
We're gonna find Carrot one.
Yeah. But she doesn't know that.
Nope,
Speaking
she
of
doesn't.
which,
She doesn't know
back to
anything. She's
wandering down the hallway, drooling slightly, following a glowing form of what might be your brother.
She's following
Yeah.
her hopes because it's
Hope.
just like
Yes, it is.
Bloom used
That's-
fears to try and
it's
drive
using
you.
hope
but
to lead
Glimmer,
me away.
Ouch. Oh, right
That's what
in
it
the
does.
feel.
twist.
My poor feels this week. My poor feels every week. RPGing is hard on my feels. Sorry, Karis. I just about made you spit all over your computer.
Ugh.
Well,
Okay.
Face danger. A weak hit.
mark
You succeed, but
progress.
face a troublesome cost.
no.
Oh no,
it's
sorry. You're right. You're doing
seeing
the
rolls. So
seeing
the
roll.
threat level goes up, and but
So does your progress.
so does my progress. So
So it's
Carrot
still
just keeps
unwittingly
following me.
leading us right at us. Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
like that. Oh,
She's gonna
She's
lead
still
us
being
into
led-
the Glimmer.
She's still being led to wherever the glimmer is trying to lead her.
she is going to. That glimmer's going to
We-
back right into us while leading Carradwin up this. I love it. Yes, dice. Yes, system. Yes, yes, yes. Gear, go.
I'm gonna mesh a couple of rules here, guys.
Yep.
Go
Do
for
it.
it.
Stir
I'm gonna
that pot.
enter the fray.
Stir the pot. Against
Ooh, against the
the
Anti-Dryad.
Against the
anti-dryad,
anti-dryad.
against the epic.
But
Is she?
there's something I'm not telling you guys just yet.
Okay.
Okay.
We trust you.
Because didn't we say that the anti-dryad is actually a projection of?
She's an avatar of the sorceress,
Yeah,
right?
so she's not epic.
Of-
I don't.
Of Callista.
Callista, right?
Oh, that is her name. I was wondering if that was her name or if that was.
Oh, yeah.
something else.
I am going to enter the fray
The one that Bill keeps calling the Mushroom Queen.
alongside the only allied denizen I have of this area.
You have 2.
Yeah.
I do. I have one that's. I will tell you in a moment. I am going
There.
to enter the fray alongside this creature,
Yeah, you have both the K1
and I
and
am ambushed. Right? I am ambushed. Roll plus wits. Come on. I begin at disadvantage. Pay the price.
Oh, what level are you having the anti-dryad on?
The current situation. Great.
Okay,
So what are we making her? A formidable?
So
Is this formidable or extreme?
this is going to be this is not actually her. That's all I'm going to tell you
Yeah,
guys for now. So this
yeah.
is going to be this will be formidable.
Okay.
The current situation worsens as this dryad is just rushing headlong, and in this realm she's not just the wraith-like spirit, the kind of floating dangling cloth that's almost natural in its essence. There's actually substance beneath the cloth. There are these black slick bones as it's rushing headlong, and these deep set eyes that just have this blue glow at the very back of them. and as it rushes headlong, there's a flash of navy blue as the spirit creature jumps out in between them and just vanishes into smoke.
So there's that.
Yep.
So there's that.
That's fun.
Bill has a direct link to that creature.
I
So
have
when
a plan.
she flared up, all I'm saying is I suspect he would have felt
Well,
like that tether.
I will tell you that you did not feel this because I
Oh,
have
okay.
an idea. I have
It,
an
It's
idea.
probably using some form of an illusion to
Right. Okay. Yeah, that works then. In that case,
be
yeah,
all.
Bill is still. I will
have an
continue to
idea.
do the. I will continue to do the secure the advantage. Then as Bill.
Yeah, and then we're gonna break through and appear probably.
I need to stop rolling so badly though for these ideas to work.
Yeah, it's only a week hit, so you
Mister,
get
I like to roll complications.
+1 momentum.
Think I have almost doubled my learn from mistakes this section.
Okay.
So yeah, +1 momentum over to you.
Okay, so we want to try to finish the path. So how do I do that? Is that the
that-
escape the depths?
Locate your objective.
Locate my objective.
Yeah, that works.
Your exploration comes out. Okay, so locate the objective. The progress is
9.
Oh yikes!
We should just call this stream weak hit. That's what we should do.
Complications. Let's.
3020 Gaming plays another
so
week.
we locate our objective.
So you
Our
see
Face
objective,
an
but face-
unforeseen hazard, which
Well,
is a
perfect.
glimmer because we weren't
which is the
expecting
glimmer.
that.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so you have to roll
That's
you roll
perfect.
against. You face danger against the glimmer, then, right?
Or would we engage?
Or would
Enter
you
the
engage
fray.
with
Do we
it?
need to face if we
Are you
need to-
guys? Well,
I don't think you need to. It's
Caradwin
just-
isn't there yet, is she?
Yes, she
So-
is. She's
She
at the
is.
glimmer.
They've
It
located
says
her.
we find it. So we come around a corner, we see the glimmer, and through it we see Caradwin zombie-faced walking towards us.
Ruh-roh.
Okay.
She's
Are
being
you guys
led
affected
somewhere.
by it?
Yeah, that's kind of I think what the unforeseen hazard we're trying to figure out. If
Well, the unforeseen hazard is the
Make
glimmer
wisdom saves,
itself.
everybody.
Yo, wrong system.
I would tell you exactly
Uh,
what Bill wants to do.
all you see is this ball of light.
Yep.
It's not Kadal to you.
Yep.
And there's the faint whispers that you hear. And then you see Caradwin on the other end coming towards you.
And she looks enthralled.
She's completely enthralled. I rolled a complication
Okay,
on that.
so I'm gonna reach out and steal the light.
That
I've
makes
been
sense.
saying
because
I wanted to do that multiple times, and it seems
Yep.
to fit here. So
Yeah.
that's enter the fray.
I think so, because you're
Yeah,
here.
it's got to.
Yeah.
And then strike.
You reach out to grab the light. Let's see. Do that. Do your enter the fray. Because
Okay.
Bill's got a thing too.
And I'm ambushing it.
Yep. So shadow.
No, ambushed.
Oh, sorry.
I'm moving in a position
Ambush
against an
is-
unaware foe or striking without warning. I'm striking it without warning, which would be shadow,
Shadow.
Mhm.
which is not my best, but okay.
Never
And
tell
of
me
course,
beyond.
I'm
And what is
using
this?
light to capture light.
She is formidable as well.
The
Glimmer?
The glimmer.
the glimmer is a dangerous scene.
Right. Right. We're doing the scene. I'm making a progress Brock's to fight it already. So never mind.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
It's not really, but you have to kind of you have to just fight against it to dispel it, I guess.
Because I would,
Rather than
to be
facing
honest,
danger, maybe I should have
my
faced
fight against
danger?
it is kind of narrative anyway. To be honest.
Yeah.
So, You're trying to suck the light out of it. What Bill wants to do is wait till you suck the light because he sees what you're trying to do. And once you draw whatever you can, he's going to
But-
step up to
But
it
do you
and
guys
use the
know it's a
shadows to
glimmer,
wreath
or
his
do you
body.
think it's a foe?
It's just light.
I know
that
it's
doesn't-
light. Narratively, I know it's light, and I reach out
It's
and try
light in
and
the
grab
darkness. Yeah, she's trying to
Which,
grab it,
I
and
mean, so attempting something risky or reacting to an imminent threat, envision your action and
That's
roll.
face
So I think
danger,
I am going to
yeah.
use
Face
the
danger,
face
yeah.
danger,
perfect.
and
Yeah.
I'm going to
There's
use
no
wits.
fray to enter.
No, you're right.
And I'm using
Mechanics,
light.
You succeed, but face a troublesome cost.
You delayed, lose advantage, or face a new danger. You're tired or hurt, or you're dispirited or afraid, or you sacrifice resources.
I am going to take a stress
Yep.
Endure stress.
because this is a different sort of thing. I grab it. It's like, what have I got?
Yes. So, yeah, give us an
I am
endure
going
stress.
to take a spirit.
You have to roll endure stress, I think.
Oh, I have to roll it.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
see if
Okay,
you get a
See how
strong
you
hit.
do.
Endure stress. Endure stress. I saw it. Where was it?
It's in
Suffer.
suffer
Suffer
moves.
moves. There it is.
Funny how I know where that one is. Spirit or heart,
Spirit
whichever
or
is
heart.
higher.
Well, it's got to be spirit in this case, regardless of whichever is higher.
Whichever-
And I lost that
love
little
it.
pop-up box.
Oh, thank you for
Minimize your
excellent
your sheet.
roleplay.
I can't
you-
because it's up off the top and I can't get up that high. Oh wait, maybe I can.
If you double click
Multiple scroll
the
bars. No, I can't
yeah.
get that. Okay, I found it. No, I
Okay,
managed to get
okay.
the pop. Okay, so spirit, submit. Modifier.
So-
I'm running low on light, so it
You're
was
trying to draw light too, so would you burn light to get light?
No, oh yes, but not here.
Would
Okay.
your tether to Caradwin help at all?
Yes.
Maybe
Okay.
+1.
Yeah.
Oof.
You
Okay,
press
what's a
on,
weak
so
hit?
you take the
And so you
stress.
take the
Spirit,
stress.
Take one stress,
the
but
one
you
stress.
press on.
Okay. All right, so take the one stress, brings me down to 2 again. Okay, so there's that. Where are we?
So you
Okay,
try
so-
and draw
Okay,
the light
so we
out of it?
walked in,
Yeah.
saw the glimmer, saw Carolyn. I reached out, grabbed it, so I have it.
Yep. Bill steps up
What does
and
that
he's
mean?
because we're shadow
Okay.
walking, we're wreathed in black shadows, right? Bill
So I-
steps up so that the shadows that are around his body surround the glimmer. So I want to face danger as well. And I'm using absolutely it's shadow, there's no question. And I get all kinds of modifiers. I'm just gonna take 2. There's many. Still only a weak hit.
And so you take the troublesome.
Succeed, but
Okay, so what were you doing again?
So, yeah,
succeeding
you-
is-
so you try and draw that. I step forward I'm trying to smother it in the shadows that
Cloak
wrap
it.
around me. And I get too close and it touches me.
Okay, so between us, we
uh,
extinguish the light.
Yeah. But I'm taking, I'm going to endure harm. Physical harm.
Yeah.
Can't
health.
afford to face any more stress.
Oh yeah, I
Ooh.
can. I gave him 2
Ooh.
earlier.
Nice.
I press on. I shake it off.
So you take you can pick both, I guess, if you
Take a
got an
momentum
opportunity.
and then suffer -1 momentum in exchange for plus health.
So, yeah,
Plus
so
one
I
health.
don't lose the health. The end result is with the opportunity. I don't lose the health because it's offset. And I go +1 momentum overall.
If you're taking both though, you'd get 1 momentum and then you'd spend it to get the health.
Spend it to get the health. Yeah, so that's the net gain, right? I
It's
changed that.
yeah, it's net 0.
Yeah.
Net 0.
And
Yeah.
as the glimmer fades with the help of both of you, Caradwin kind of snaps out of it and stumbles back a little bit. Like,
Yeah, because we've extinguished it.
wait, are you guys still in shadow?
Yes.
Can Caradwin see you?
No.
Okay.
But
All
you
you know
watch
is it was
you watch the
extinguished.
glimmer go out. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Actually,
So the glimmer goes
Amala,
out.
it's canon that Amala glows when she's got light. So,
Yeah, but I'm in chat. No, no.
No,
she
she's in
wouldn't see me.
shadow though.
but I would argue that I'm not currently
No.
protecting you in the bubble because I
Doesn't
step
matter.
forward to block her. Okay.
Oh, 'cause
I'm in
I
a
am
different
overruled.
plane.
But
I'm in a
you
different
guys,
plane.
you guys are
Yeah.
bodily there. Does that complicate
Yeah.
things?
No, I don't think so. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna have to do something to step out of it. We can't
Here I
just
go,
imagine ourselves out.
complicating again.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
gonna.
would
I
say
don't know how we're gonna have to shadow walk again to step out of it. I guess I don't know what we're gonna do. To
yeah,
step out
or
of it.
yeah, face danger or something.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
we
All
can
you know is
just
it
do
went out.
the exit, find or the end the delve or whatever it's called.
And
Forget what
so
it's
and so
called.
Carradine
But first, we got to
snaps out
find.
of
We still
it
got to find gear.
and finds herself in
Escape the
this
depths. That was it.
in this circle of, not this circle, but in this central kind of point where she was on her way somewhere with this glimmer, and now the glimmer's gone.
Yeah.
It's basically been dispelled, and so that is over. And so now she's kind of looking around and is even more disconcerted. Is even more disconcerted because now she's in a different place from when she remembers deciding to move away from the light, and she's like,
Then out of the darkness, you hear, "You gotta quit wandering off, miss."
You've got a bond. Yeah, you could.
Bill?
This disembodied voice sounds like Bill.
Yeah.
You just heard Cadell's voice too, so this is
Yeah.
kind
I mean,
of.
yeah, now she's doubly freaked out. She's like, but the Cadell voice was a trance type thing, so she only has fuzzy memories of
Yeah,
that.
this would be an actual like echoey in this tunnel voice of Bill.
Bill, where are you?
Oh, hang on a minute, and I drop the shadow shield.
But we're still
you're in
bodily in
shadow
shadow.
still.
We're
We're in
still
the
completely
shadow.
in the dark. Yeah, yeah.
We're in the
Yeah.
shadow plane.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, he drops that and
Okay.
realizes it hasn't made any difference. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
she's
so
looking
used to
thoroughly
operating
confused.
in the shadows, like he can hear you. He knows where you are. He can't figure out why you can't hear him.
Yeah,
Well, you can't figure
and
out where he is,
Carradine
sort of thing.
is
It's-
ritual dumb.
I
She
don't see that
doesn't-
asset on here.
she doesn't understand the mechanics of how rituals work. She gets it,
Right.
but she doesn't. And so she's gonna try to secure an advantage again. Or does she have to? Because now she's out of the scene, so now does she have to delve? But she's
I mean, we're right
Are you
there,
out? You're
right?
not out of the scene. We have located our objective.
But you
Right.
extinguished the glimmer.
Well, so are you ready to? Are you ready to?
Yeah, what are you at on that?
I'm at 8.
So make
I
your
could.
progress roll.
Yep.
Okay. And that is that just progress?
That's
Because
because
it's not.
Make a progress roll, and on a weak hit. Oh, here we go. On a weak hit, you overcome, outwit, convince, or escape the anomaly. Not without cost. You must pay the price. Make this.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, that's easy. That's not bad.
But I don't have any resource.
Then
So
roll again.
I'm gonna roll it again because that doesn't
Yeah, that
make
doesn't
any
make
sense.
any sense. Otherwise, you're gonna come back without a shoe or something.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there we go. There we are, back on brand.
Surprising development complicates your quest.
Are you guys traveling right now?
No, she stopped right now.
I was gonna say, do we hear the sounds of confrontation in the distance?
I
Well,
know
and I
something
think
if you guys
the
don't.
harrowing situation or sensation, she's really confused. We have really confused her here.
Yeah.
She is super
Yeah.
confused. She heard your disembodied voice. She was
Yeah.
just wandering around. This is a lot. She's somewhere she wasn't planning on being. She basically woke up in a dark room
Yep.
and then woke up again in another dark room, and is just like,
I suggest she's just stunned.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's stunned. I'm
Forget the roles. Narratively, how is Caradwin?
Oh no.
This is how Caradwin is.
Yep.
Okay, that's
Take
no,
your
that's
stress
good. That's good.
and press on.
And press on.
I'm
Yep.
stressed.
Yep.
You're stressing me out.
So yeah, she's just kind of.
Okay.
She has no idea what's going on. She's stopped for now. She's like,
On the bright side, your
Processing.
panicked breathing, Bill really knows where you are now. He's
I mean, you
like
can
almost
see me.
bat. He's almost sonar sensitive, bat sensitive in the dark. That's the
Mhm.
way I see him. So
Okay, gear.
Oh no.
That
I'm
put me
clashing.
down.
yeah, you
To
are
0.
clashing because you lost the. You entered
That
the
also
fray
put me
poorly.
down to 0 spirit, just so you know.
Oh,
No
okay.
way, really? Oh shit.
Yep. Because technically it was against the Glimmer, and the Glimmer is a dangerous foe, and I had 2
I am-
spirit.
Clashing with no gut. You are outmatched and must pay the price.
And your foe has initiative. Yeah, so you stay.
And that's
You
a
stay
miss.
on
Mark your, mark your double
We
miss.
should never delve again.
Oh,
Oh no. Well, the owls.
well, you
was
set it
still-
up. No, you set it up last round.
Yeah, no, the spirit died.
No, the spirit has been banished from this. Her
Yep.
presence here has been banished. So that was what happened last round. What happens this round? Oh no.
And if it doesn't fit, you can always re-roll.
Yeah, Gear is used to fighting this creature in her kind of ethereal cloth-like form. And in this area, her oil slick bones, that dark color blends in with the surroundings. So when he anticipates their collision, he's a second behind because she's got that extension on him. And when she reaches out, he just manages to get his hands up in time. And as the hands grab onto his wrists, the leather immediately begins to rot and desiccate off, and the claws just
Follow
So our
break.
2 fighters have now lost their weapons.
Yep.
Their primary weapons. Oh.
That's yeah.
We're playing. Oh yeah, I can do better with our lives at this point.
We're not trying. It just happens.
Well, it isn't anybody but
You know
us
what I
making this
just
up.
What did
You know what I realized a moment ago?
That you're
What's
almost
that?
out of
Not the
light.
white mane.
What's up?
We forgot the
Forgot
white
the
man. Yeah,
She
White
wasn't
man
allowed in
couldn't
this
come.
realm.
she can't come here. No, there's no
No,
way the
but
white man
no,
can come
she
to the
didn't
shadow
come
realm.
with us. We forgot her.
She's
But
not
she-
allowed in the shadow realm either.
Okay. I've
Yeah.
seen her in the shadow realm though.
She's
But
back.
this
Didn't
one,
you,
for
you
some
saw
reason,
her
Since the
her true
transformation,
form?
since she adult up. Oh,
I don't
okay.
think so. I think
But
when she
maybe-
was a puppy,
but
you
maybe
saw
something
her-
is.
This is us physically in that realm, so maybe that's different.
Yeah, maybe she's not physically allowed. It's
Well,
more of a.
but that means because I
spiritual-
realized it because I can't use her tether to her connection to gear to find him. Now
But
he
you
could
can use
use
it
to
to
get
get
his
us
way
back. You
I
can
have
use
an
it to get us
idea once
back
I
too,
stop
but-
rolling so poorly.
Yeah.
Me with every
Also,
make
forget the
can't
rules
roll.
and tell us the idea.
In fact, let me roll one more thing. See if this is a bad idea.
Rolling is never a bad idea.
You know what? I called this broken wings. Let's just, on to the.
The bird is with you.
Safely in the pack.
I'm gonna roll wits here.
What are you doing?
My wits. What are you doing?
What's the story?
No way!
Oh my god.
Oh wow. Okay.
I
You find your way
you're
back to the
safely out
white
of the
mane.
depths.
So
You wake up.
this is what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Theo was
yeah.
right.
Gear,
Oh shit.
his
Pardon me.
claws are rotten and they fall down, and the creature cocks back a hand, and as it swings through, Gear manages to get just out of the way before it carves a huge chunk off of his face. but he manages to separate himself when another hand comes reaching out towards him. This time, the pale skin touches him on the forehead. And as soon as the fingers make contact, Gear's eyes open and he immediately vomits the iron water that's been sitting in his lungs all over the loamy soil in this decrepit kind of fortress, still bleeding from the marks on his face. No claws to be found, but as you guys hear the vicious vomiting of him upchucking this water onto
In
the floor.
distance.
Yeah.
In the near distance.
And it's our turn. So,
Okay, so
Amala,
how
can
do we
you
get
see Bill?
out?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
just an escape. The what's it called here?
No,
That's
how
just
do
a
we
escape
get
the
out of
depths. But
shadow? How do we get out of shadow?
Do you reverse shadow walk?
Danger? Roll just plus shadow? Or plus heart? Or something?
I think
do we need to?
do something to get out.
Because you guys have
This
never
isn't a
done
normal
this
spirit
before.
shadow walk. We physically entered
Yeah,
in,
you
and
guys
we don't
could
know how to
easily get
physically get.
stuck.
Oh, I do
Oh.
too know how to physically get back because I did that after Weena, because I banished Weena and I managed to get back. But what did I do to get back?
Well, you got ejected from her shadow space because she was gone, so that no longer existed.
And I stumbled out.
Mm-hmm. So
And
it's
that
kind of
was-
like
That was hours later, and you were only gone for like a minute. So how long are we going to be gone for?
well, Carradine was gone for hours.
Lady
So it was
Amala,
all cut up.
I think what the situation demands is a little light.
Okay. So
I got to look at that opportunity again. Holy crap, man.
I think
That
you
was- that
just
was well
burn
done.
wits
light
with
to
light.
make
So
light,
just
don't
wits
you?
with light, just like I mean, just wits with light. It's like
Yeah.
okay,
Or do you
I can do
you
this.
just burn the light to? You've already earned it. You already earned it doing the ceremony.
Oh,
Can you just use light to make light?
I
Can
could
we?
roll light and burn all
You
of
do.
the light.
You grabbed
but I
the
can,
glimmer.
But I
You
can.
grabbed the glimmer if you use the glimmer as the light to be light.
maybe
To
maybe
manifest
trade
into the
places with
glamour,
the
the
glimmer.
glimmer's realm.
Which is this one.
Yeah. Okay. So, but I'm still making it up. So I still think I'm doing wits plus light.
Oh,
Yeah,
that, yeah,
sure.
yeah, totally, totally.
Yeah,
That just
absolutely.
explains it without you
All
having
right,
to
and
use
I'm
one
gonna
of your other
grab
light.
onto Bill. So I've grabbed onto this. No, actually, I'm not because I've got this. Bill, you grab onto me. I'm gonna try this. Actually, I'm using the glimmer's light.
Is this risky?
How is it?
It's a dangerous, so 2.
Okay, well we get out.
Mhm.
If this was a risky move, you face a troublesome cost.
You face the trouble, so pay the price or reveal a danger.
I'm going to
Or just endure stress or harm.
I think I'm going to endure harm on
It
this.
physically drains you to make that light manifest because it's kind
To
of
use
dirty
that
glimmer
light.
light. It's
to,
not
and
your
to
light.
use that light and step through. Yeah, I think I'm going to endure harm.
But in that case, yeah, you just poof, and in this place of darkness, there's this bubble of light. And we can see.
Modifier. Let's see. Modifier.
2.
Can
Oh,
I use the glimmer's affinity with its own space?
You could try.
Okay, what happens on a weak hit versus? Okay,
I think you
I was
press on.
enduring harm.
A
Endure
strong hit, you
harm.
would just press
Take
on.
minus
I
1
believe.
health.
A weak hit, you press on. A strong hit,
Yeah.
you suffer momentum in exchange for health.
Yeah. So I would just take. So if you take a
I'm
weak,
just gonna take the weak hit and take the
Yeah.
1 harm. So I'm now at
Yeah.
2 health and 2 spirit.
Yep.
Okay, and so Bill and Amala come stumbling out of shadow right in
Yep.
front of Caradwin.
and Caradwin is just like,
But now you can see, well, no, you can't because it's still shrouded by Bill.
it's still dark in here.
Because I have
I
the
can see
glimmer.
your, yeah,
I have the glimmer's light. No, I've just spent the glimmer's light, so I've dispelled it.
yeah, you've spelled it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we come
Oh.
stumbling out of shadow. You're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. Oh dear.
And you hear Bill say, "I'll be right back," and he wanders off into the dark, following the sound of vomiting.
Oh my goodness. You know what? We need to do. I need to come up with a community healing ritual
You do.
where all of us get into a circle and we just get,
We can
the
sojourn
healing.
together.
We just get the healing flowing.
Party sojourn.
So, Gear, you hear out of the darkness as you finish your, getting rid of the last of this water, you just hear Bill's voice going, "Follow me then." And then his he's very loudly slapping his feet as he walks, but that's all you get.
And
You might have heard, if you were paying attention, you might have heard Amala squeak.
Yeah.
Gear sits up, kind of looking at the place where the man that he saw had once been that reached out for him, and kind of makes sure that feels like he woke up from a dream, but has no claws and is bleeding pretty fiercely from the face. So he's like shakily stands up to his feet and kind of waddles after the sloshing sound of Bill.
And
Amola,
none of us know who that
How-
is because Gear's the only one who has seen Theo.
how?
Yep.
He doesn't know who Theo is.
Where
either.
did you come
Yeah.
from? Caradwin is very confused. Where did you come from?
Well, we followed the tether to you. I don't know where he went. Pointing at Gear.
Gear.
And yeah, Gear's kind of face is hanging open and he's bleeding, and there's like
Yeah, when he walks into
chunks
the
of
light,
like
yeah.
rusted iron in his beard. And he's like pale as looks like he's like death warmed over.
We all
Yeah.
He just woke up from drowning, so yeah.
I'd
I am-
rather have this
no.
conversation in the sunlight, wouldn't you?
But where's that?
I've been trying to find the sunlight.
You! Where's the wolf, mate? He points at Gear.
And he's still like,
I don't know. Where are we?
I don't
Right.
know.
Concentrate a bit, would you?
Bill! Give him a minute!
Well, he's
Caradwin's
the
gonna try to-
hardest ass in the world. He's the hardest man whatever walked the planet. If I give him a break, he'll think I'm asking him. He's telling him he's weak. You get up,
And
lead us to
Amala
the
goes
surface,
up
right?
and puts a hand on him and uses light to heal.
"Oh, that's me."
That's
I
you.
took a lot. I didn't even endure harm. I just took the damage.
Well, there you go. You get
So,
it. You get 2 of them back.
Yeah.
And you can take either physical or spiritual.
Okay, Caradwin is trying to observe things to secure an advantage, and she got a strong hit. So yeah,
Cool.
so
What
she's
did you
using-
learn?
She's she's using observation to try and figure out anything about their surroundings, and she'll look at both Gear and Bill and Amala. How did you get here?
Well, so we followed the path of this tether, and it went through this one world, and it crossed over this other world. And then we discovered we could do sort of a shortcut with Bill looking through the shadows and stuff. And so then we turned this way. And we went to this place that had these statues and things. And that was just really weird. There was this really weird story there and all. And then, but we then sort of turned around because that was sort of a detour. And I discovered that we could sort of cut across the path to go straight towards the. Do you want me to go on?
As
I
soon
love
as
it.
she pauses
But-
for breath, Bill says, "It's that way, Carradine.
How do you know?
That's the way we came in."
But that might not be the direct way.
It's a labyrinth. There is no direct way.
Well, the worlds keep sort of shifting and melding, and it shifts around. So it is like a shifting labyrinth.
You were in shadow?
Yes.
Speaking of which,
We
ain't
don't.
no
'Cause I could see
shadow
the
in the world
tether in
I
shadow.
can't get. Ain't no shadow in the world I can't get out of. You want to get out of here?
Yes?
Well, follow me then. And I am going to, yeah, because as I said before, there's much bigger, much badder things in the shadows than Bill has ever told anybody about. And so by using them as landmarks, because I was above watching earlier and I saw them and I was protecting Amala from them, I know where they are. And I use them as landmarks to walk us back to where we started.
Through the
So
labyrinth?
I'm going, yep. So I'm
Or
going to
through
use
shadow?
through
Okay.
shadow, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. So I am going to
And he might be able to make shortcuts through the shifting labyrinth.
I am going to escape the depths using shadow, and I get +1 because of feet, and I get I got to check this because I just added some assets. Oops, wrong sheet. That's the move sheet. This is the Bill sheet. So he's going to secure an advantage, so I get +1, and then +1 because I'm shadow walking, and +1 because I'm performing that. No, it only gives me that. So +1 momentum and +2 to the actual attempt. So shadow +2.
I think
Oh, yeah.
we make it back.
It's a long and torturous trip because he has to map like you said, we're in a labyrinth, but I know where we have to
Waypoints
turn
are
back a couple
basically.
times, and I would suggest that by the time we get back to the gate, you guys are just like, how the hell does he know where he's going? Because he just barely made it. Rules as written, that's only a weak hit. But
Yeah.
I do
Well, and
get us.
Caradwin is thrashed
Yeah, we're all are.
mentally. Like,
So
we're
I
all
like to
thrashed. And
we're
Yeah.
all stumbling and crashing forward, and by the end of it, I mean, it's like arms on each other and pulling each other up out of this tunnel in the darkness. There's this glimmer of light ahead, just a tiny one. And for a second, it's like glimmer, wrong word. But it gets bigger and bigger, and it starts to take on a rainbow of colors. And we stumble up into
Tinted
the
towards
light.
the autumn end of the spectrum.
Yes. And we come up this tunnel and find ourselves bruised, battered, but I suggest in a very safe place because we
Most
are
importantly,
behind the
together.
waterfall. All together behind the waterfall at Autumn Falls. And that is where we will drop the watery curtain on tonight's episode.
boy.
Oh man. Delve's getting tense in this game. So
No more delves. No more delves.
It
for
just
Bill.
started off
to
so
anyone who
well.
is to anyone who is ever watching this, this is what happens when you do not listen to the common. No, I know what you guys think I'm going to say, but I'm not. The common logic of role-playing game: never split the party. Tonight could not have happened the way it happened if we hadn't have split the party. So break all the rules. Just do it creatively. Wow.
Always split the
What a
party.
night.
Wow.
Whoosh.
Whoosh, yeah, until next week.
I was tempted when I said the white man couldn't enter to pick up my card and go.
So with that, wow. I hardly remember what I
my.
do at the end. Oh, I remember. I tell everybody how great they are. Give them a chance to tell the world. That's what I do. Robin, the wiki, I have been getting emails all week telling me that the wiki is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Tell us a bit about where to find it while we put it in the chat.
Yes, the wiki there's a link in the
Indeed.
chat and
Yeah.
underneath wherever links are put. Yes, it is growing. It gets constantly updated with a timeline that Karis curates and puts together. And I have been adding, I add quotes and add characters and places and facts and formatting and pictures and all that stuff in the interim between episodes, and I put links into the episodes from that website, and it's all a big conglomeration of everything that we put together.
We got a library nerd, and we're so lucky.
An artist
also,
and
a
library nerd.
multi-talented library nerd. Because yes, tell us where can people find your art? And I don't mean just the stuff that helps me. I mean all of it.
My art, I mainly post it on my Twitter at Thunderscape7. I'm on Thunderscape7 on most internet platforms, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. And so I do a lot of just my own stuff there, and just if it's not for Ironsworn or for Deadlands, which I do the official character art for on the Merciful Mischief channel, then it's usually whatever kind of inspiration hits me at that particular moment.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much. Karis, there are apparently like 12 days in your week. I don't know how you do it. What all are you doing now?
I have no idea.
If you think about it all at once, it's too much.
Do it. Yeah. One thing that has changed is I am working on editing a video on Vanilla High, the public server that I play on. So
nice.
And have indoctrinated many of those.
It's going to feature some of the work by some of my friends.
Who I will mention in turn have hoisted friends from other of my games to be involved in your Minecraft world.
To be fair, they were already in Minecraft.
and to be completely open about this, the only reason I'm not there is because I've chosen not to. It's not that they won't let me play Minecraft with them. So
Yep.
We will talk him into it eventually.
He'll get there.
That's what you think.
I'm doing
that is an epic quest there.
And I'm Cara Sophia on YouTube and Cara Sophia on Twitch, and I've got stream schedules and stuff up there, and where else you can find me, like here and blah. It's all there.
And blah. It's a lot of blah.
Tired.
There's about 20 hours a week of blah that just kind of get blown over there. But we'll let you get away with it this week because that was an exhausting night. Austin, what about your other games? I know you don't stream either one of the other ones, but without giving away anybody's personal information, what's going on in those games?
It's a lot of fun. We switched DMs and are currently recovering from a world event that killed 2/3 of our main city. So that's a lot of fun. So we're getting to roleplay through that, the absolute rise from the ashes kind of thing. That's a blast.
That city, just to give some perspective to that city has had a group of DMs playing in it real time for 2.5 years.
About
every
that
Monday.
Yeah,
And then
I
after that,
think
a new
me and
person who
Kevin
wasn't
met.
even part of the original group came along and wiped out 2/3 of it in a sentence.
And I think that was when me and Kevin met, was just a few
Yep.
months before the start of this city. So
Yep.
it's been a blast. Ironsworn's been crazy. I gotta tell you, I live for the moment when I just like start just like blah, blah, blah. I just like talking, and I watch Robin go, oh, and start writing stuff down.
Yeah.
My favorite part. Because go back and watch the VOD. I'll say something so dumb, and she'll be like, oh, I'm gonna write that down. I'll be like, I'm on the wiki.
Oh, that seems like a perfect opportunity to.
It
go ahead.
definitely happened at the very beginning when I said Callista. She got that little like, oh, cool, all right.
It's a name.
Yeah.
It's in my
Well,
notes.
This is a perfect lead into something I want to mention quickly before I do the standard thanks and out of here. I don't know about the rest. Two of you are active DMs. The other one, I'm working on it. We're gonna. Anyway, especially for the other DMs, do you find that playing in a co-op game like this makes you a stronger DM?
I think it's really similar to our Monday night game, where we actually do this. And one of the DMs in that game said something that was so profound to me, and we were kind of interviewing people to come join us, and he said, just I don't really agree with what they put on their application, but that makes me want them in the game more because I can learn the most from somebody who has a different perspective than I do. And so I think for anybody that watches, and probably you guys as well, all of us have a different way of running this game, and we've kind of adapted into these things. I know I tend to take on kind of a storytelling, descriptive role, but that's also how I DM. So I think it's a good play. It's very similar. We're learning from each other.
Yeah.
And I think I would say it does not make me a better DM. It does help me think on my feet in my professional world.
Oh, okay.
And it affects how I think about team building and collaboration and leveraging the skills of other people. So I was already good at cross-functional leadership, and it is helping with that more than it's helping my dungeon mastering.
Real world applications as well as gaming applications. That is really cool. Anyway.
I do that anyways. I'm notorious at work for applying what I've learned in role playing or what I've learned in Minecraft, and working things out. When I had a big project that was too big, and it's like I didn't even know how to approach it, so I took on a big, huge creative thing in Minecraft and figured out how to break that down, and then discovered, oh, okay, so if I break these systems up here and those processes up there, then this is, So I am notorious for doing this.
That is magnificent. Oh, all these wonderful storytellers and all the reasons why they come and play.
Robin, do you think you want to be a DM after this?
I don't know.
We still have some work to do.
We will find you a place. We will find you a game. We will make it a.
Kevin, it's telling
it's my turn
me
now.
She's put it in like 3 times.
I can't send it anymore. It's telling me it's now blocking me because of spam.
You had to get banned for 30 seconds for me to get the message. I am thick as paste. Okay, I am Kevin. On Monday nights, I have the joyous pleasure of being involved in the Mercs of Mischief group. The Too Many Warlocks Tangled in Eldritch String is technically the name of this second season. I'm part of that. Puck is amazing DM. He's got 8 people in 2 groups running in the same world at the same time, and I don't know how he does it. Then Tuesdays, I'm running Deadlands over there on Mercs of Mischief as well. As Robin said, she does the art for us and has had to do a couple of redos because there's been a couple significant changes. And they are headed on it is not unfair to say that they are currently headed on an adventure of biblical proportions.
Yeah.
It is not unfair to say at this point. Although
it's actually quite true.
If any of them are
game
watching
where I'm nice
this,
to people.
If any of them are actually watching this, there's a tiny spoiler here. They're not right. about what they think is happening. Anyway.
I think Jet watches.
Yeah, he probably does.
He
I trusted.
commented early on in the night and is likely to watch the VOD if he isn't still here.
Well, see, this is the trick. If he's just like got us on another channel quietly in the background, he's just being supportive and nice, then he won't get the hint. If he is being actually watching, then haha. Anyway, that's Mondays and Tuesdays for me. Wednesdays I get to run a game for 2 of these people and 3 of my other friends that we do not stream. Thursdays is back here for Ironsworn, and then Fridays is our Friday night fun shots. This seems like a good time to make a semi-official announcement. There will be 1 week where we don't run, but I plan at this point on extending the Friday night fun shots to some indefinite. I'm not big enough. I don't have 10,000 people following me. I don't have to have a schedule. An indefinite number of Fridays are going to continue to do fun shot Fridays because I got such a great response from the people who came and played with me. We also got a good response from YouTube and Twitch, but to be honest, the responses of the people that played with me and the fun we had, that's what this is about.
Well, and a certain special someone.
Well, there's an announcement I was going to make. Because we played the first 3 of those that we did were all Grant Howitt games. A game designer, I suggest you go and get his stuff. If you're on a budget, he is a great game designer because a lot of his stuff is either free or pay what you can. So get his stuff, support him completely, because I reached out to him and all I said was, we've been playing your games, it's a lot of fun. And I asked him a simple question. I said, do you ever get to play your games or do you always have to DM them? And whether it was that or whether he came and watched, I sent him a link too, because I'm, shamelessly self-promoting. And he watched it and sent back, I watched you guys. He said, it looks like you're having a lot of fun. I'm sending you a physical package of my latest games. So I am waiting for that to arrive in the mail, and when that arrives here, it will be immediately filed into Fun Shot Fridays, and we are going to play a whole bunch of Grant Howitt stuff, because how friggin' cool is that? He just sent us a bunch of stuff because we're playing his games and having fun. So with that, we've run a little long, but that's okay, because I think most of what we said was important, and the rest of it I'll edit out. So we are down to my standard 5 thank yous. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Karis. Thank you, Austin. Thank you to the people watching on Twitch, and thank you to all of our future watchers on YouTube. See you next week. Bye.
Oh.